Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome to day 2 of Jasper's Game Week here on Heartsinger Games. I'm Ann Richmond, aka Heartsinger, the head bard in charge around these parts. But today I am ceding my seat of power to my friend Chris here, who is going to lead us through a rousing game of Pathfinder 2nd Edition. Before we get started and I hand off the reins to my dearest Dove, I do want to say a little bit about why we're here today, what we're actually doing. On the screen, you can see a bar tracking our progress for donations. First day was incredible, raising over $2,000 already for Jasper's Game Day. Jasper's Game Day, woo indeed, woo at will.
Yes.
With wild abandon. Don't let me stop you.
Woo! Yahoo!
Yes, a woo on cue, as it were. There was much to do. Okay, I have to stop. I have to stop before this gets out of hand. But guys, Jasper's Game Day is a fantastic 501c3 charity dedicated to making sure that services that are committed to suicide prevention and awareness receive the funding they need to stay open and do the very important work they do to prevent the cause for the desire to commit suicide, but also to make sure that these services are there so that people don't have to clean up after the understandably devastating aftermath of this type of event. So many people who have been a part of this effort so far have been touched in their own lives by suicide in one way or another. It's an absolute honor to be able to work with Jasper's Game Day and Paizo to push this cause to the forefront and to make sure that Jasper's Game Day can do things like making sure that suicide hotlines don't have to close their doors, serving at-risk youth in various parts of the country, and so many more important organizations. They really make sure that the money gets where it needs to go to keep everyone here and continuing to roll. So without further ado about our to-do and our woohoo, I'm passing the mic to Chrifu Bernal.
Thanks, Anne.
Very nice work.
I love that you're playing a bard today. It's going to be amazing.
Is anyone surprised? No.
The head bard in charge around these parts.
Mm-hmm. That's what they call me. That's what I call me.
Hi, everyone. I'm Chrifu Bernal. My pronouns are he, him, and I am super excited to be here with a illustrious crew of role players. Normally, you can see me role playing over at Manapot Studios, twitch.tv/Manapot Studios. We're a group of friends in various parts of the world, actually, who get together to stream RPGs on a weekly basis. You can also see me on my own personal Twitch, where I play video games. And once a week, I stream a solo Pathfinder 1E game, which was really odd and awkward at first, but has quickly become my favorite thing to do. Just role play and pretend with myself.
Oh, sounds like my childhood.
I think we all may have a little something in common there. But today we're playing Pathfinder 2nd Edition in a homebrewed one-shot called The House on Iris Street. It's set in Absalom City, the so-called center of the world in Golarion. And before we get any further into this adventure, let's go ahead and meet our crew, starting with Wyatt. Hi, Wyatt.
Hello, everyone. My name is Wyatt. You can catch me on the Collective Arcana on YouTube. We're also on Twitch, and we have a Discord as well. We're all about tabletop gaming with a primary focus on Pathfinder 2nd Edition. My character today will be Taggart McTeague. He is a gentleman, very, very proper fellow with a proper mustache. And both he and I use the he, him pronouns. And he is a fighter, and he sees himself as the de facto protector of this group, I think.
Nice. Moving on down the road to Unati.
Hello, I'm Unati. I'm one third of Three Black Halflings, a Dungeons and Dragons podcast where we talk about diversity and inclusion in the world of TTRPGs, fantasy, and sci-fi. I'm also a paid walker and talker at the same timer, also known as an actor. Do loads of voice work, etc. And you can find me in some of your video games. What else? I am playing, my pronouns are she, them, and I am playing Jarell, a swashbuckler. I am currently still in the moment deciding on accent, but I'm sensing, maybe slightly Creole vibes, but we'll decide as we go along.
Yeah.
Yes, and I'm super excited to play. This is my first time playing Pathfinder, and I'm really looking forward to have a great time and raise loads of money for an important cause. Thank you for having me.
Yes. And moving on down to Derry. Hi, Derry.
Hello there, everyone. I'm Derry. My pronouns are he, they. I am the GM on Dice Will Roll, a podcast made for and by queer tabletop listeners and players and people who like tabletop in general. We've been playing Pathfinder 2e for quite some time. Kind of when the playtest for Pathfinder 2e was released, me and a few friends were like, wow, it'd be great to go watch this and like watch people play this. And we realized, there's not many shows out there that really give to people like us. And there are now, thank goodness, but we wanted to be, like, at the time, some of the pioneers in that field, and it paid off. 2 years later, 2 campaigns in, we're doing great. You can catch us on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, on any podcatcher you have. Dice Will Roll, we played Kingmaker, converted all the way from 1e to 2e, which was a nightmare to do, but it worked. And Paizo said they were going to do it themselves, so... and we are currently playing Extinction Curse. So if you want to see a circus adventure with a pansexual changeling sorcerer, a gender-fluid human swashbuckler, and an aromantic gay half-elf Azamar clown barbarian witch with a Furby familiar, that's the place to go. It's a long story.
Amazing.
That Furby has some
Sounds
angst attached to it.
You're really selling it, though, so that I appreciate.
And they're familiar. I still don't understand what it's supposed to be exactly.
I don't think
I'm
the players
excited. I have
understand
questions.
quite either. It's like a snake with the head of a Furby. And spoilers for like 16 episodes in, their patrons are worms on strings.
Ew. I mean, yay!
Like, the old Corona string toys from the 90s? Anyway, point is...
no idea what that means, but yay!
Yeah.
They're little fluffy toys with little googly eyes. Anyway. So today I'm going to be playing Bjorn van Christensen, a psychic detective dwarf with an ego far, far, far too big for his short, squat little body.
Incredible.
We love to see it.
Okay, awesome. Anne, can you tell us how do we donate and what happens when we donate?
Oh, I can. I can tell you all those things. One second. I'm pulling it up. Guys, it's incredible. First of all, just type !donate in chat. There are instructions on the screen there for you to follow with impunity. And as far as what the rewards are, how you can affect the game, we have a few to talk about. We've got at $25, you can provide advantage to a player or the GM before a check. So make sure you tell me in the Tiltify note who you want to assign it to, or I will decide randomly who gets it. For $50, they can decide to have a reroll after a check. For $75, refill HP. That's pretty powerful. This is powerful. I like it, and I may need it. So just keep it in mind. And for 100 doll hairs, you can add a random CR5 creature determined by Chrifu himself for the final encounter.
Don't do
Should
that
we
one.
even make it that far?
Do that one for the cause, but please don't do that one for me.
Yeah.
Do it, but do it.
if you do that one, you definitely need to throw out some refills while you're at it.
I've been finding that in a lot of these games, what folks are doing is they're like, oh yeah, stuff for the GM in the beginning, and they're like, course correct, course correct, course correct at the end, which is fine because that's how we've gotten where we are, and I love it. Today, for your viewing pleasure, I'll be playing Lem. I don't have a last name. Why? Who's asking? I'm from the puddles, from the wrong side of the light rail tracks. I don't know if there is a light rail in Pathfinder. I've decided there is. Somewhere. Who knows? It's a fantasy. I get to say. I know. I say.
A literal train on a rails of light.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm from the wrong side of them. Don't ask me how I know. It's from the way people look at me. That's how I know I'm from the wrong side. I'm a halfling. I'm an entertainer. A lot of people would say I'm entertaining. I'm playing a bard, surprising no one. I'm a halfling. I think I said that. I'm short, but not short of ideas. That's me. And as you know, I'm Ann Richmond. This is my channel, and I make a lot of TTRPG actual play and advice content in long forms like podcasts or in short forms and weekly videos over on the YouTube, which I will throw in the chat. And now I hand it back to Chrifu.
Thanks, Anne. So we are playing A House on Iris Street. Thunder strikes as we see the title card up on the screen, and it like kind of blows away in the wind as the sun is setting over Absalom City. The city in the equivalent of what would be the Mediterranean Sea on Earth. Golarion is very much like an Earth-like planet. And we kind of zoom in. Buren, where is your office located?
So we see on the crowded streets of the Coins being kind of just a little bit inland from the docks, notorious for having lots of high-end businesses, shifty guards who maybe take a few too many bribes, and in this case, Van Buren's spiritual detective agency, which is it's an older building, but it's been renovated. Not well, but it's been renovated. And inside, the lights are kept intentionally dim. The curtains are drawn. There's cork boards on the walls with not much on them, but they're made to look like they've got lots on them. You know, if anyone comes in, the aesthetics will blow you away. You'll be like, wow, this guy's got a lot on his plate. The answer is, truthfully, he has absolutely nothing on his plate. The one thing that you will see are newspaper clippings from 2 years ago when a up-and-coming detective named Bjorn van Christensen solved the case with the help of psychic whisperings from ghosts that he heard, and he helped solve a murder. He has not solved a murder since, but he's certainly been in the tabloids a lot since then. And that all the money he has made from celebrity interviews, et cetera, has been going to making this little detective agency with the hopes of maybe, just maybe, case number 2 will be solved eventually.
I think on the table we or as we move away from those newspaper clippings, maybe we see more recent newspaper clippings. What's the name of the newspaper in Absalom?
That would be Eyes on Absalom. It's run by one notorious Reginald van Kaskerkin, who is he portrays it as like this really well-known newspaper. It isn't, or it's not a reputable newspaper at all. It sells lies and whispers alongside perfectly true facts, so it's really hard to tell the difference. He has mob ties.
Oh, okay. The headline, the Harrow murders, with multiple exclamation marks. And we can see some of the text as the camera kind of zooms over it. In the recent weeks, the mysterious killings of prominent and rich members of high society in Absalom have the city guard perplexed. So perplexed that they are now offering a reward for those who can bring any information of the Harrow Killer, or even doubled for those who can bring the Harrow Killer to an end, dead or alive. And I think that is why, Buren, you've gathered a maybe motley crew of people here inside your agency. I think the camera zooms up to these 4 figures standing around the table, and who do we see first?
First, you see Taggart, and he's looking over the clippings, and he's pretty broad, not terribly tall or anything, pretty average, other than just broad set of shoulders and his perfect mustache. And he looks very serious, very grave. His eyes are always sort of got the Clint Eastwood sort of squint, but he's really out of his element in terms of investigation, and so he's waiting for someone else to suggest something.
The camera turns 90 degrees to the side, and who's next?
You see young Jarell standing in the corner, minding her own business, waiting to hear about the talk about the money. She is not Creole, she is French apparently, and quite badly. And she is trying to melt in with the darkness because this suits her aesthetic, and waiting for a foe to swashbuckle, for lack of a better term, on this Sunday afternoon.
Sunday, a good time for crime, or solving crime. Whichever side of the coin you land on a particular day. Next to Jarell, you see this short man, male halfling, who has just this tousle of blonde hair. There's something about him, though. He's got these piercing blue eyes that just seem to see and to always be trying to take stock of what's around him. He says, "Now listen, I need to get the band together. I got practice later, so this isn't going to take too long, is it?"
And the camera finally turns back to your benefactor here, Bjorn van Christensen, says, "It will take about as long as it takes now, but hopefully if we all put our stuff together and, let's be honest, leave it to me, you'll hear more as a supporting cast, so, clearly. It shan't take too long whatsoever. My first case was solved in a matter of minutes, even. So we simply have to go down to wherever it is that these murders have happened and do some investigating, do some poking around, and naturally the spirits will guide us.
I've heard of a 4-hour work week, but about 4-minute work week would be even better.
Oh, yes. Well, my last job, it lasted me until now. It was not even a 4-minute work week. It was a 4-minute work 3 years. So keep on the right side of me, and perhaps that'll benefit you too.
Interesting. Yeah. And how many jobs would you say you've had?
1.
That bodes
it's all I've needed.
Well.
Interviews, merchandising, T-shirts.
What's on the table for us in terms of payment?
I don't know.
The reward
let's
that's
check
been
the paper
offered.
a little more.
Jarell turns around and walks out the door.
Who can say?
Oh, wait! Come back. We have to check the paper. There's
Putting a
something
full-on
here.
Viola Davis bitch, please. I'm out.
The reward that's been offered is 2,500 gold pieces for information leading to the arrest of the Harrow Killer. I should point out that in Pathfinder 2nd Edition, the currency value has changed a little bit, so gold is a lot more valuable than it used to be in 1st Edition, or than it would be in 5th Edition Dungeons & Dragons as well.
Yeah, to put that into context, that would be worth about as much as 2,500 platinum in 5e. That's a lot of money.
Wow.
Right.
Come back. We've got your money here. Well, we will, so long as we solve the case, and quick.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
I'm in, because I I don't got anywhere else to be right now. But at 5 o'clock, I got to practice. So let's.
I'm sure it won't take
Wrap
much
it up.
longer than that. Who's ever heard of a case taking very long whatsoever?
Not me.
Many
Unsolved
people.
mysteries. We don't know her.
There's also a deck of Harrow cards on the table. Harrow being the Pathfinder equivalent of tarot cards. Clever, rhymey. And we, I think 5 of them are laid out already. 5 being the number of murders that have occurred. The first being let me just go ahead and throw all of these out onto the map so that you can see them.
Ooh,
Awesome.
Let me scroll down so folks can see.
Ooh, pretty.
Yes, starting from left to right, we have the crows, the betrayal, the sickness, the beating, the mute hag, and the idiot. The mute hag murder happened yesterday, no, 2 nights ago, whereas the rest of the murders have happened across the last 2 to 3 weeks. The murders themselves are always somewhat reminiscent of the illustrations drawn on the cards. So for the crows, which that was the first murder, for example, we see a group of tengu or crows kind of around a table with masks on, looking at their loot. And the person who was murdered was a high-ranking member of the city guard and was found mugged and beaten in a dim, dark alleyway. The betrayal, we see a woman, a fine-looking woman holding a beheaded head, a bodiless head, I suppose I should say, dripping blood over grapes in her other hand. That murder was a woman who was the head mistress of one of the more well-known prostitution guilds here in Absalom. And then we have the sickness. This person was a high-ranking doctor. The beating, this was a high-ranking judge. And the mute hag was the most recent one. And for this, I'd like everybody to give us our first roll of the game. We're going to do a society roll for this.
Oh,
Right.
This skill check is used for recalling information about civilization, society, local places, history, laws, people, nobility, etc.
22.
This is a flat check for me. That's a 13.
24.
24, 22,
20.
20. Okay, very nice, except for our detective.
Our psychic detective who knows absolutely nothing.
He's got more practical experience. It's all right. He's not a book learner.
Right. The most recent murder 2 nights ago was a woman. Let me look at my notes. Named Lady Featherlax, who was a keeper of Varisian magic traditions at the College of Mysteries, one of the magic schools here in Absalom. She was found in her bedroom with her eyes removed and one of them in her mouth, very much like the drawing we see here on
Super gross.
the mute
Hating
hag
to
key.
see that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So annoying when that happens.
Annoying is definitely a word. She was, for those with the 20 plus, you know that she left behind her daughter, a Amelia Featherlax, who is also a member of the College of Mysteries. I think
Sorry, what's her name again?
Amelia
Thank you.
Featherlax.
Thank you.
Mhm.
And to just for narrative's sakes, Buren, you know for a fact that Amelia is attending a mysterious symposium tonight at the house on Iris Street. led by another member of our different our magic professor at the Arcanumerium, among other things.
Mhm.
Who would like to try to do a occult or arcana check to see what we know about? There we go. Harrow cards.
There we are. Let's see. That's my area of expertise.
Mhm.
That would be that's a 17 plus 11. That is a 28.
There we go. Biren, you are this deck of Harrow cards most likely belongs to you as an occultist. So you are well versed in Harrow tradition. One, I think first off that catches your eye is the Harrow cards have their roots in Varisian magic traditions. Very much like the woman who was just murdered. She was a Varisian magic tradition keeper. And you know that Harrow cards are divided into 6 suits, if you will, that all have to do with the attributes of your character sheets. So there's strength, dex, con, intelligence, wisdom, charisma, and each of those have 9 variations that all have to do with the alignments of the kind of supernatural extended metaphysical world. So every strength card has a lawful good version, a neutral good version, an evil version, etc., etc. So, just looking at the cards here, you note that all the first 5 that we see are all neutral evil cards, and that as they've gone through each of the attributes, the abilities, dex, charisma, constitution, strength, wisdom. And I think that only leaves one next possibility: the idiot.
Oh no.
Well, everyone, I believe I may have a working theory on who may be the next victim. We must find the stupidest person in this city, like the absolute most idiotic, dumb person we can find in this city. So, as we all are aware, the most idiotic people are the rich. So there's a party going on where one of the previous victims had been headed, and I dare say it might be a good time for us to perhaps sneak on in and see what we can do.
Oh, I love a good party. Will there be canapes and fine wine?
Only time shall tell. And if not, perhaps you can bring one yourself. Bring some, bring your own wine. B-O-W.
You think there's going to be an entertainments manager at this party? I'm going to make some connections for the band.
I'll be quite honest. It's been a while since I've been to a party. I'm sure there might be. The funds from the previous case are starting to run a little thin, so I've been rather budgetary with them, so I haven't been to one in a while, but I'm sure there might be.
Oh,
That's great. That's great. Well, what are we gonna wear? I mean, you gotta dress for the job you want, right? What are we gonna wear? This is important.
I sort of look over at you and say, I shall go in what I'm already wearing. I'm wearing perfect, immaculate sailing garb, in navy blue with like gold trim around the edges, with the glint of my rapier just tweaking out a little bit in the corner.
He like looks you up and down. He goes, honey, I wasn't talking to you. I wouldn't change a thing. Chef's kiss. straight to the moon.
Roll to
send me. Who is this halfling? I don't know. Okay, so
He gives me the vibes of like a mobster from a comedy version of The Godfather.
Yeah, I'm just rolling with it, but oh my god, this is taking me on a journey. Yeah, he goes, oh, what are the rest of us wearing? My feet are always wet from the puddles, down in the puddles. I need new shoes. Who's got new shoes for small feet?
I know a cobbler just down the way. I think he could manage.
Fantastic. Well, we're gonna be rich, so we might as well. They say you gotta spend money to make money, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I have a rather full wardrobe. This was purchased before my days of budgetary issues, so I shall be fine.
Excellent.
And then
Right.
Taggart is dressed very immaculate as well. He's dressed as a very Victorian, very stuffy, collar's a little too high. He looks very stiff. You're not sure he can even move very well in it, but he looks good.
Yeah. Awesome. So he goes, okay, well, I think new shoes, and then give a little tug here and a yank there, and he's like flips around and turns his jacket inside out and like takes his sword, cuts off one sleeve, and it like becomes more like daring and dashing. He's like, I think I look sensational, minus the shoes, but that will solve that problem on the way.
Excellent. I'm going to look over at you and go, mwah, mon chéri. What is it for a man? I can't say mon chéri.
Mon cher.
Mon cher. I need to learn how to speak French.
You know what? It's fine.
Yeah, it's
Anything
okay.
you want to call me, it's not late for dinner. Because I'd be picking you up, you know what I'm saying?
Bjorn starts to wonder if this was the right choice of a party.
That's my goal.
It's always best when you're going to a party to be the one who brings the party.
Yeah.
Mhm. So I think we kind of fade out on that and fade up as the sun has properly set and the kind of the lamps along the streets are lighting up. And speaking of bringing to the party, let's switch up the music just a little bit. Okay. So our crew rolls in to the house on Iris Street. There's a dimly lit, there we go, entranceway into the interior of a block, essentially. The Lord Shireson, who owns this place, owns quite an estate as far as like city living goes. As you step in, it seems to be not necessarily the best maintained. There are a few empty small houses at the beginning here, 3 different spots that are dark. There's no light coming from out of them. But as the 4 of you continue to move closer to the main house, you can see that it is lit up. Here, I'll just move you down. There we go. The doors are swung open with torches out front. You can hear like the tinkling of music and laughter and talking from within as a well-groomed, pale butler is standing awaiting future guests, or you, essentially. And as you approach, he steps out. Excuse me. Can I help you?
Yes, we are here for the party. I am here with my esteemed guests. We would like to meet the fellow wealthy folk. We are new in town and would just like to survey the nightlife, if you will.
May I ask, how did you hear about this party?
Oh, I have my ways. I always have my finger on the pulse in terms of where the best haunts are. I would love to get to know your lord or lady. I have some business dealings I would like to discuss as I come with very, very heavy pockets.
The Lord Shireson and his partner, Lord Maranani, is who you refer to, of course.
Yes, of course, yes. Far be it from me to jump to conclusions. Apologies. Yes, of course, I would love to engage in conversation with Lord Shireson and his wonderful, esteemed partner.
He frowns. This is, I think, just based on your perceptions, you all can tell that, like, he's like, this is most irregular and not
Yeah.
normal.
Noticing.
Listen,
oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Listen,
Please.
sir. I know this is most unusual, but spare a thought for a traveling wealthy woman. I mean no one any harm, and my guests, as you can tell, are of the highest esteem, and we know how to behave ourselves. And if you will, I could sweeten the pot for you a little bit.
Oh. Absolutely. Can you roll a diplomacy check, please?
Oh, diplomacy, I was hoping for deception.
Well, we are. Are you actually rich? That's the real
Oh,
question.
I'm not rich. I have 9 silver pieces to
All
my
right.
name.
Deception, please.
Oh, yeah. That is a 29.
29.
Holy
Blessed Pathfinder.
guacamole.
His face suddenly changes from a frown to a smile. Of course. Please, right this way.
Thank you, kind sir, as I wink over to everyone else. Let's go.
Yeah.
May I have your names for the introduction?
Lady Hufflepot.
I gotta write that down.
Lady Hufflepot of Schrodinger Manor.
Okay. So he turns around and leads you into a white stone tile foyer with this gold emblem on the ground.
Mhm.
And immediately turns up these like red carpeted stairs to where you can hear the conversation is happening, which is over here.
Oh.
Go ahead and reel. He leads you up the stairs, and we see a very narrow dining hall. The manor itself is not particularly large, but for Absalom, which is a quite crowded city, it's enough essentially.
Mhm.
As he leads you in, you can see several people around the long table with small plates and canapes, exactly as you wished for. And they seem to be split up into a few different groups. The butler enters and says, introducing Lady Hufflepot from Shroudingham Manor? Shroudingham Manor and her companions. Compatriots. I was about to say accomplices. That probably doesn't work.
Yeah. I'm going to do a massive flourish of a bow.
Yeah. As you do, Lem takes out his jazz flute and he like punctuates your bow with like a flute run. I've never played the flute, but it's great. It's 10 out of 10.
Yes, excellent. I love it.
Yeah.
Can you
I
make a
love
performance check?
Oh no.
Yeah, oh,
I mean, I can if you insist. I will. Natural 20.
Yes!
Let's go!
We are here. We are at this party.
Yes. I think after that performance,
That was for a total of 33, by the way. Just like
whoa!
Holy
That is
hell.
incredible.
I love it. I love it.
That's the one thing Pathfinder does incredibly well. Big numbers.
yeah, that's true.
The assembled crowd bursts into a light applause, and you can see that their eyes are kind of like lighting up as they're like, "Whoa, this is new. This is different. This is cool." The man immediately to the right stands up. He's a dark-skinned man with long, wavy black hair, and with like a blue velvet cloak around him as he stands. And the man to the left, on the other side here, also stands. He's more of a grayish tinted skin with short black hair and a big beard, but he's wearing like a long red robe with arcane sigils around. Those of you who rolled well in society, I'll just throw it out out there, because we've got a whole bunch of people, would recognize both of these members, these people, as the Lords Shireson and Madanani. Madanani being a House Madanani, whose family runs the Arcanumirium, one of the most prestigious arcane colleges in the world. And so Douglas Madanani, with the long wavy black hair, stands up. Bravo! Bravo! Oh my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. Lady Hufflepot, it is an honor and a privilege to meet you and your friend. When he like waggles his eyebrows.
Yeah. He goes, the name's Zoot. Zoot the flute.
Lady Hufflepot and Zoot. Zoot the flute. Well, I certainly have some friends I would just love to introduce you to, he says. Please, my husband and partner in life, Lord Shireson, and the more kind of, he's more stoic man, nods. Yes, Lady Hufflepot, I'd like to ask, pleasure to meet you, and you, and you, and you. How is it that you heard of our little soiree this evening?
Well, you see, I recently arrived at the docks, and I always have my finger on the pulse. I heard upon my travels that you are an esteemed power couple, if you will, and I wanted to ingratiate myself with yourselves, along with my compatriots. Please allow them to introduce themselves.
With a very, very subdued sort of nod, Taggart says, Taggart McTeague, former man-at-arms.
Of course, bodyguard is always needed when traveling at night through the city.
Yes, he is the bodyguard of the highest order.
And they look to Buren.
Buren, I have not mentioned it until this point, but because he's a celebrity, he does need to be disguised. So he is wearing an extremely big snagglepuss. Fake glasses, fake nose, fake mustache. It's obviously fake. And he walks up and he says, Kieran von Bristenson at your service, regular detective.
Did you say regular detective?
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
That's like when somebody says, I'm a certified dog trainer. It's like, why did you need to tell me you were certified? Is it perhaps because you're terrible?
Kieran, or Buren, can you roll a, I guess this is going to probably be deception or thievery?
This is a deception or thievery. Well, I'm thrilled to tell you I'm absolutely garbanzo at both of those. This is going to be great.
Okay.
Can I give the help action? Is that allowed in Pathfinder?
It definitely is. However,
okay.
in second edition, when you give the aid action, there's also a chance that you can make the roll worse.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna leave that.
Are you sure?
No. I'm gonna aid actually because I got pretty good modifiers.
Because I did just roll a 4 + 5.
Okay, I definitely
aid it
aid. I'm like, he is the most incredible detective and helped me find your party tonight. One must always seek information when one can.
He helped me find my keys the other night when I lost them, and so he's gonna find it. He's a great 10 out of 10 finder of things.
Jarrell, can you roll deception to see if we aid?
Okay, that's +12. Oh, hell yeah. I mean, I love this game. So that is 10, 29, 31.
31.
A solid 8.
Okay, absolutely. That would be a crit, so I think it's going to go up to like +2, +3, something along those lines.
Yeah, so 33.
It's good enough. We'll leave it at that. Good enough for these two, at least. I will be holding on to this. Kieran Van... Yeah.
My name is Mr. Snrub.
Kieran Van Blah Blah Blah.
Oh, Lord Maranani is like, oh, how curious, a detective. I would assume that there's nothing here to detect or anything of that sort.
No, of course not. Don't worry, ma'am. The only detecting I do is civil cases like divorces and key finding and party finding, as it were.
Oh, well, divorces shouldn't be a problem, isn't that right? And Shirerson's like,
yes, very good.
as long as you're not planning on divorcing me again. And they kind of like look at each other. Anyway.
Again? Wait, can I sense motive that? What do I do? How do I
Perception.
know their lives?
Perception, please.
Perception. Am I good at it? Let's find out.
Oh, you should be decent at it.
It will be at the top of the page because in second edition, perception is no longer a skill. It's something separate that everyone has and is different at.
Oh, plus I'm an expert, guys.
There you go.
That's what the
That means
sheet
you're
said.
real
Well,
good.
If you roll a 5, I don't think it really matters, but it's a 15.
15. I will say this much based on your knowledge of them.
Yeah.
Madanani is the house that controls the Arcana Miriam, but Shirerson is the one who owns the plot of land here. And so you can tell that there is some sort of power struggle between them. Shirerson has the money, but Madanani has the name. And they are a power couple in that regard, and they do care for one another, but there's often competition, jealousy, and all of the stuff that when you have a passionate relationship. Anyway, Douglas says, Mr. Madanani, please allow me to introduce some of my guests here. He refers to the two men behind him who are both dressed quite actually swashbucklery themselves. One is a very tanned gnome with a little gray hat. And he's sitting there like kind of chewing on a drumstick. And then the taller human man next to him has a large hat as well with a big black feather out of it. They both seem to have like cutlasses. They both actually, you probably can't see it from where they're sitting, but they both actually have pistols in their hips as well. These are the brothers Halston, Anton and Bembe, and they both kind of like nod and like they stand and give you curt bows to each of you. And then, of course, the esteemed and mystical Ms. Sage Frankus, and there is a woman at the other end who wasn't deep in conversation with Lord Shirerson, who's wearing a yellow silk gi, kind of looking like a martial artist.
You got a monk. Here we go.
She nods. And doesn't seem too happy to see you arrive here.
Oh, okay.
There are some other guests. I think they may be in the sitting room across the hall.
Yeah. On our way to kind of like peek through those next doors, Lem kind of looks up at the others and says, "We're supposed to look for someone, not all together with it. Someone dumb? I mean, two magey nobles and a monk person and these other guys. They don't look exactly 2 hairs short of a head of hair. I'm working on the metaphor, a new one. But it means they don't look dumb. They don't look dumb to me."
Yeah. Yes, they look like they do have their wits about them. You are absolutely correct.
It could be that I may have been mistaken in my exact identification. Perhaps we're looking for something a little more metaphorical, as it were, which would be terrible news for me.
Well, let's hope it's metaphysical.
I'll pull out. Let's say that I'm gonna pull out the. Ooh, that looks bad. I'm gonna pull out the idiot.
I don't want that.
I never like hearing that.
The idiot card here on the
It's got a picture of Bjorn on it.
The map, just so that we can see the card itself. Oops, did I get rid of that? No, it's token layer. What am I doing? Roll 20. Stop. Okay.
Stop making me do this. Stop hitting yourself, Chris.
With your, what was it, 27 occult check on the Harrow knowledge earlier?
It was, I think, it was high up.
You recognize that the idiot card also has stands for folly, greed, blackmail, and bribery.
Okay.
And can represent someone who is moving through life to spite the obstacles in their path.
Well, those all seem like fairly normal and non-idiotic goals to someone like me. He kind of like strokes his beard a little bit, and he gestures for y'all to come a little closer. It's entirely possible we may be looking for someone who is perhaps a little bit too full of hubris, as it were. Someone pumped up with foolishness and greed, not realizing that the hidden blade is about to drop, as it were. Which is
Are we worried about you, Fred?
What? He takes like a second, like you can see like his eyes flicking back to side.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Well, I am at the party now.
Lem's sort of eyes flit to meet. I'm sorry, you're a dwarf, right, Wyatt?
Yes.
Okay.
No, I'm a human.
Wait, no, you're a human. Derry's a dwarf. I'm sorry, everyone's
You're okay.
everything. So he looks to meet his human companion's eyes, and he's like, "Oh my god."
No.
He looks at Jor-El and he goes, "Don't take your eyes off him."
No.
He's totally convinced that the dumbest person in the room.
No. It's a rather large misunderstanding, I'm sure. And he starts like thinking of his spell, saying, "Is there anything I can do to protect myself? Is there any?" Okay, no. He says, "If you don't mind for simply a moment," and he kind of looks at it and says, "I'd like to quickly find somewhere secluded so that I may cast a quick spell, if you don't mind, to for our own safety."
Yeah, for your own safety.
No, our as a group, certainly.
Oh, okay, yeah. We're a part of this.
Do any of you see a bathroom or somewhere I could take refuge for 10 minutes?
Is that where you do your best casting, in the bathroom?
Well, no, this is a rather long spell. I don't want to be out here being like, "Oh, everyone, look at me, I'm casting man. I'm a regular detective. This is my undercover disguise."
I'm just throwing this out there, but you're being really loud.
So
about it.
there is, in addition to the dining room here, there's this room here with 3 other people in it, kind of talking to themselves. And then there is this empty lounge.
A vomitorium? No.
It just has a big bed with drapery around it in the center of the room. But doesn't necessarily seem to be...
What kind of party am I at?
This is a PG-13 game.
Okay. Oh, yes. Oh, my dear. Oh.
We get one F-bomb, and we have to use it extremely carefully.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
PG-13.
Everything's got to be subtle.
Okay.
That room is empty.
All right. One of you can come in and make sure that, nothing unfortunate happens, as it were, and the rest of you stand outside. And I'll take 10 minutes, and it'll be quick, and we'll have a good deal of information once we're in there.
I'll do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, sorry. As you go to look to who should follow, Lem just sort of goes, "Not it," and touches his nose.
Jor-El touches her nose as well.
Right. I'll take a look.
Oh, Tag, I can always count on you. Now, come in. And he's going to take you in, and he's going to take 10 minutes to cast Augury.
Okay. It's pretty uncomfortable for you because he's like right on you. Looking around.
He's like casting spells, and there's like a chest in his face.
Yeah.
Oh, it's quite cozy in here.
We mustn't let our guard down.
So Augury is a 10-minute spell. I gain a vague glimpse of the future. During the casting of this spell, I ask about the results of a particular course of action. The spell can predict results of up to 30 minutes into the future. and reveals the GM's best guess among the following outcomes. Wheel, the result will be good. Woe, the results will be bad. Wheel and woe, the results will be good and bad. And nothing. The GM will roll a secret flat d20 roll. On a failure of a DC 6, the result is always nothing. So it's going to be impossible. If we get a nothing from this, it is impossible to know whether it actually means nothing or, actually means nothing.
Okay.
So
10 minutes, Taggart and Buren are inside the lounge. What does it look like as you cast this spell or begin to cast it, at least?
Basically this works like throwing bones. So I guess the way that it's working is he's kind of like conjuring up these bones in the air that are kind of like mismatching and unmatching in the air, and he's kind of muttering to himself like this question over and over again, which is, we're going to meet the killer, are we going to meet the killer, are we going to meet the killer?
Okay. What do Lem and Jarrell, or rather Lady Hufflepot and Zoot, do during these 10 minutes?
I'm busy sort of scanning and surveying the room for like the most obnoxious looking person here, like flashily dressed, dripping way too much gold, like just that would be from what the detective said. I'm like, that would be my guess as to who's the most idiotic person here.
Okay. And Zoot, Lem?
I will aid with that.
All right, let's do perception checks then.
Okay. Yay. Where's my character sheet?
28.
28.
You said perception was separate. Where does it
At
live
the
on the
top,
character sheet?
the top.
At the top.
Top left?
It's like right under background.
Under background. Got it. Okay, cool. Oh, I'm an expert.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, but that's a 13.
Okay, 13 versus
28.
28. I think Jarrell, to you, Lord Douglas Maranani, just seems dressed appropriately. But to Lem, you're getting the sense that, yes, the way he's engaging with the other guests, the way he seems to almost be like lording his outgoing personality over his husband, and the rings that are constantly flashing in the torchlight on his fingers. Definitely, if you're looking for someone who's the most, it's him.
Who's doing the most?
Yeah.
I love that. Let me ask you an important question. Is he laughing at other people's jokes only after other people start laughing?
Yes. Yes. Definitely.
This guy is the guy. He's not smart. He can't even pick up on a knock joke over there. He's a 10 out of 10 idiot. Looks good though. Can't deny it.
Yeah.
And you can see Lem kind of like hungrily taking in the couple. He's like, man, to be that rich, to have a bed in your living room that nobody uses, man, privilege. It's here.
Absolutely. This reeks of privilege, sparkling privilege. I agree with you. I will trust your judgment, and I am also quite interested in this man's many rings.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna need at least one. Am I right, hon?
You are making me uncomfortable now.
Lem goes, I'm sorry. I'll pull it back. I'm supportive of you. And the way
you are most excellent and such a fantastic compatriot, strong in structure and witty.
I'm just happy to be your friend.
Jarrell, you hear a voice behind you, and a shadow looms as someone steps out of the room and says, "Hello, I heard someone speaking as if they were from my homeland." And when you turn, you see a 5'8" foot tall, or a very tall feline figure, a humanoid black cat, wearing a lush white boa around his neck, which turns into a feathered cloak behind him.
Ooh.
That's the guy. We did it.
Hello. Where are you from?
I come from the land of gold. Have you heard of it? Are you
Yes,
from there as well?
I come from a small village in Gold, but my family found some esteem later on in life, lying through my teeth. I don't
Well,
know.
good for you. It is a pleasure to meet you. I am Bartholomew Whisker King.
Yes, but hello, Bartholomew, and what are you doing at this esteemed gathering today?
Well, these are all my friends. My closest are within, but I couldn't help when I heard your voices carrying through the hall.
Yes. I don't know what to ask. What are you doing here tonight? What is the event for this celebration?
This is a regular meeting between us, like-minded minds. We come to discuss the mysteries of knowledge and magic, mostly. And he says mostly, and then kind of like eyes you both, like looks you both up and down.
I don't know how to take that.
I don't know how to take that either.
Yeah. Can we perceive or sense motive to see if we understand like what he wants with us, or if he's like why he might be interested in us?
He's just curious for the most part, but you can see down through the hall two women kind of like looking and eavesdropping, listening in. They're both human women. One of them is very pale, almost gray looking, with dark hair and kind of these raven epaulets and like a black raven cloak behind her.
I love that.
The other one is seems to be in mourning garb, with a light tanned skin and light brown hair and this most gorgeous red scarf around her that drips down to the ground and has all of these symbols and insignias stitched into it with gold thread.
What brings you to not to be like what's a group like you doing in a place like this, but what are you doing here? How'd you come to be here?
Bartholomew looks back. At the moment, we are helping our friend Amelia mourn the passing of her mother.
Oh yeah, party's a great place to go after a funeral, I hear.
Yes, where I come from, we call it the after tears, if you will. A little wake, a little whiskey eases the broken heart. Should we go over and join them and see what information? Oh no, we can't. We have to wait until we're guarding the door. No.
Let's go in and finish this spell. I think this is a good moment for
I mean, you know when people like walk in and just find these two guys chest deep in a spell.
We're legitimately the worst guards, though. To be fair, we're like, ooh, feathers, like not
shiny things at all.
Buren, your question was, will we meet the killer tonight?
Yeah.
Okay, describe the spell. I roll a d20.
Yeah, so basically you roll a d20, and if you get a 6 or above, you have to choose wheel if the answer is yes, woe if the answer is no, wheel and woe, which is like, and nothing if the answer is no. And if you get below a 6, you say nothing regardless.
Okay, so you have a good chance on this. DC 6 flat check, got it.
Yeah, but there's always a chance I won't.
Perfect. The answer is wheel and woe.
What the bloody hell does that mean?
I think, how does the answer form to you?
Basically, the bones that he's like climbing up in the air, they eventually like assemble and then scatter onto the floor in a formation. It's based off an old Greek way of fortune telling, and the formation that they land in basically says wheel and woe. So he looks down at them, at these bones, and he interprets them, and he's like, "What?" He looks at Sagar and says, "It says yes and no, basically wheel and woe. So, perhaps it means wheel and woe. In wheel that yes, you'll meet the killer, and woe in that Yes, you'll meet the killer. You know, it could be both.
So it didn't work, or
Well, no, it worked, but it's the thing that
didn't seem like it worked. We don't have any more information than we did before.
No. Perhaps it may be time for me to break out my secrets, my secret ability, my ability to listen to the ambient ghosts in the area. Not that, well, their answers are always terribly helpful. So if you give me just a moment, and he closes his eyes and he starts thinking to himself, and he's like, Philip Benz says Augury is tough to run well. Well, I bloody know that now. Let me try. Hey, Papa Burnell, dog down to 0.52. I don't understand it. It's not useless. Psychic skills are absolutely worthless in this scenario. We have this sort of answer, which I'm going to interpret as we will meet the killer, but he's going to get us, which is good and bad. Good in that we will find the killer, bad in that we are going to get got. Less than ideal.
I'm very worried about you here.
He's like, there's like beads of sweat coming down his face. He's like, I rather think we should meet with Jirel and Lem rather quickly and see perhaps if they've had more success, because I am starting to feel quite nervous. Like, I am, as you are well aware, a celebrity, and my death would be quite sensational, so I'm starting to truly regret taking up this particular case.
Let's get more people to surround you from more sides.
Yes, all angles. A kill box, but the inverse, as it were.
Right.
Shall we?
Okay, you step out. As you step out of the room, I think
Inconspicuously, two men coming out of a closet after came in and said, "Job well done."
not just coming out of a closet, but coming out of a bedroom.
Oh God.
Yeah. Amazing. I love this game so much.
Okay.
Well, how'd it go?
Well, good news and bad news, quite literally. On my augury spell, as it were, I received a result of weal and woe, which is to say, weal, yes, we will meet a killer within the next 30 minutes or so, probably.
Right.
Woe, we will meet a killer in the next 30 minutes or probably so. So
and it's gonna get exciting?
Could be. Augury is not the most reliable of spells. Divination in general has its hang-ups.
God, you're just the worst.
I beg your pardon. I cast a very useful spell, and Augury is quite a reliable spell, actually.
Listen. We have. I'm gonna leave.
I've heard it's hard to run. No.
Okay.
I'm gonna lean over to you and say, listen, I'm so sorry about your spell. However, we have found what is potentially Emilia Featherlax in morning over there. Maybe we should approach.
Inconspicuous look. What about it?
Maybe there could be some information. We could find out more particulars about mother's murder. Maybe things not shared with the press, if you will. And I look over to Lem and I say, I was thinking that what you told us earlier, that, someone greedy, full of hubris, if you will. And I thought people like that tend to be quite flashy in their appearance. And Lem seems to have picked up on, what is his name? Douglas, our host. Seeming to be quite a disingenuous, flashy person.
Dumb.
He looks all right to me. What a sensible young man.
Are you sure there's not going to be 2 killers and 2 victims? I just can't help but feel targeted. All right. Well, we gotta come up with some kind of plan here. You know what? If we keep both idiots, no offense, in the same place, and the killer's gonna have to come to one place, so maybe we just try and hang out with the lords and see what happens. See what shakes out.
Well-
See what the coda to this whole pièce de résistance is.
The good news is that should augury be accurate, which again it always is, no matter what, forever.
Right.
The action should be happening, for better or for worse, within the next 30 minutes. Now,
Cool.
that may not... Divination, as I said, 100% always accurate except for when it isn't. So there's a chance
Totally.
it might not work.
Not my
however-
thing, so I'll trust you.
Yeah. So I'd say, Len, and it pains me to say this, but that might be quite a good idea to keep in the same area and just kind of stake out, as it were.
Yes,
Ooh, a stakeout.
Yeah.
yes, that makes sense. So, Lem, you seem to be, like I said, very quick-witted, and I shoot you over a small smile.
No.
Shall we go over and begin cracking some of those jokes that you are so good with?
Oh no.
In-
That was Anne Richmond's reaction.
Maybe bring out the flute, if you will, entertain. That way you could
Sure.
find the band manager as well. And I could
Totally.
have some canapes and find wine. And
Yeah, if people
break
aren't
out.
laughing, I'll just cast hideous laughter, and then they probably will. I mean, it'll hurt, but comedy hurts sometimes. The good stuff. It's like the dark comedy,
Yes. The dark comedy, quite literally.
the dramedy. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. I'll go in there and tell them at a time. I'll figure it out when we get in there.
Okay.
I'm going to pull Jarell aside. Perhaps if we pay attention to who's not paying attention to the entertainment, we can see who's preoccupied with something else.
Yes, excellent thinking, excellent detective work. I say that quite pointedly.
Thank God you're here. To
Wait, I just had
investigate.
an idea.
Oh boy.
Perhaps if we pay attention who's not paying attention to the entertainment, we'll be...
Capital idea, yes.
It's capital.
Hold up.
Brilliant.
Third idea, just bouncing off in this brainstorm session we're having. We pay attention to who's not paying attention to anyone, but this guy, huh? And the noble with the rings. Because
Everyone.
like a killer is oh man, I'm being really loud. A killer is I
we're just
only have
shouting
two
this.
values.
We got
Standing in,
volume.
we're not even in the private room. We're between both rooms.
No,
Yes.
and Bartholomew kind of walked away after he was being ignored for a minute.
Thank God. That's what happens at parties, though. I mean, unless it's
It
just
does.
me.
It very much does.
Where I'm like, oh God, no one cares. I'll just walk away and find other people. I think that's what we could do. We just look out for who's looking at you and who's looking for the big guy. And I'll try and be as winning and distracting as I can humanly be.
Wonderful.
Yes,
Well,
excellent.
Halfway
be.
yes.
Yeah.
This killer
Excellent.
doesn't stand a chance.
Yeah.
Yes.
High five, freeze frame.
Ah!
Yeah. Wait, this is turning around. I love this.
Yes, excellent.
That might be a great spot to take a quick 5-minute break.
Wonderful.
Okay. Awesome. So as we go to break, guys, I'm going to run some giveaways during the break. There will be a keyword that I will place in chat. The keyword, and I'm speaking very slowly as I figure out the keyword and enter it into Nightbot, is freeze frame. 2 words.
Ooh.
Enter freeze frame into chat, and I'll put it in there so you'll know what to do. We will come back. And at the beginning of the game, I'll do the giveaway in chat while Chris is getting us started. There will be 4 items. There is an STL for a download of a custom miniature from Eldritch Foundry. Penny Arcade is giving away a set of Acquisitions Incorporated company tokens to somebody in chat. We also have a Pathfinder beginner box for you guys to tell your own stories, and a set of Pathfinder themed coffee from Geek Grind. shrine. So
Ooh.
lots
I
of
want.
loot available. I know, I want, but it's not for us, Chris. We have to let the people have their day in this time.
Okay.
So we'll be right back with more fun. Don't go away. Bye. We're awkwardly still on the screen. Okay, but bye this time for real. Okay, bye. Welcome to Jasper's Game Week on Hearthsinger Games. I'm your host, Ann Richmond, aka Hearthsinger, the head bard in charge round these parts, and my Twitch and YouTube channels provide weekly TTRPG content with advice, news, and actual plays. You might also know me from the Lost Mountain Saga podcast, my work with the Glass Cannon Network, or the Starfound podcast. May 8th through 10th, I'm partnering with Paizo and awesome folks from all around the tabletop RPG community to bring you 4 incredible Pathfinder and Starfinder stories each day from noon to 1:30 a.m. Eastern, all in support of an amazing cause. Jasper's Game Day is a 501c3 charity that supports suicide prevention and awareness efforts. And their goal is to invest your donations in services that work to prevent suicide before it happens, rather than simply responding to the devastating aftermath. In the past, they have mobilized donations to support the American Association of Suicidology. They've rescued a teen suicide hotline that was going to have to shut its doors. They've donated to Lighthouse for Veterans and a crisis center with a focus on assisting minorities and girls at risk in the DC area. And starting now, we'll be raising donations for Jasper's Game Day at the address on the screen right here until May 11th. So please give generously if you're able to and help to spread the word. Here on my channel, I will be hosting some amazing storytellers for 3 days straight. You'll enjoy killer combos of all of your favorite players and game masters from Actual Play podcast and Twitch streams, joined by our auction seat winners who have already supported Jasper's Game Day with thousands of dollars in donations just for the opportunity to join the fray. You'll even find me running and playing a few games myself. So make sure to give me a follow on Twitch to support content like this being made in the future. And of course, subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you can explore the VODs for any games you might have missed during the event. You guys didn't think I was going to send you on a quest without offering you some fat loot in return. Why am I becoming a Skeksis? I've been working my little butt off to make sure that there will be plenty of chances for you out there watching to win giveaways during every show. There will be beginner box giveaways for Starfinder and Pathfinder from Paizo to help you tell your own stories at home. There will be STL vouchers from my friends over at Eldritch Foundry to help you bring your own characters to life as stunning customized miniatures, and Acquisitions Incorporated currency tokens from the awesome folks over at Penny Arcade. So tune in for your chance to win and spread the word. So thank you for joining us for this important and joyful celebration of the good we can do when we play together. Now get out there and live your quest life. Bye! What's up, baby bards? I'm Ann Richmond, aka Hearthsinger, the head bard in charge around these here parts, and you've made it. You've made it here to Hearthsinger Games. Here on this channel, I make tabletop RPG-focused videos and product reviews. I give my tips for running and playing games like Dungeons & Dragons and Starfinder, and of course, I tell a few stories from my own adventures at the table. Like You've Been Crying a Lot is definitely the look for Strahd. And if you stick around long enough, you might hear me burst into song. And don't you dare look away, 'cause I need you to know I'm gonna go back that arc fay. Atlas can rest his weary bones. Up where they walk, up where they run, up where they stay all day in the sun, wandering free. Wish I could be Part of that world, what would I give? Make that you will hear me burst into song. You might also recognize me from over on Twitch, where I embrace the spirit of adventure. Okay. You know who's not gonna go first? The wizard. Oh god! Terror. The little like things sticking. Oh my god! There's this lucid right there. Oh god! Oh, where do I go? Where do I go? Where do I go? Oh god! This is fine. This is fine. This is fine.
And aren't you supposed to like
You know what?
and shit?
Okay, put your little mouth away. Put your little mouth away! Let the existential dread creep in. What can I say? I'm a girl who wants to decorate her fake world because she has nothing else to live for. Did I say that out loud?
Away we go.
And roll some dice in some tabletop RPG actual plays.
Do you want to be defined as just identifying things all the time?
No.
How's it feel? How's it feel?
Bad. You make me feel bad. I feel bad.
I also like stars.
Stars are
Me too, says Amaruk, and she comes over and like this big wolf just shrinks down into the little like hunchy thing, like how we used to talk to kids at Ren Fair when we get down with them. It's like me too, and it's just the biggest anime grin and sparkle eyes ever. What kind of stars do you like?
Spark twirls the ends of its whiskers.
Yeah.
All of them.
Me too. Oh my god! All in all, I spend my whole life trying to make a boatload of riveting content for you out there, the baby bards. So if any of that sounds up your alley, subscribe to my channel for weekly videos and new adventures beyond every horizon. Welcome to Hearthsinger Games, where I live my quest life. We're back, everybody. I will complete the giveaway stuff in chat while Chris takes us into part 2.
Our party guests have all assembled around the dining room table, and the butlers have brought in extra chairs for our extra surprise guests. I think there are a few people here that we have not properly been introduced to yet, and Madanani says as much as we're all kind of like seating around. Oh, how wonderful! Wonderful! We have such almost a professional entertainer here tonight. Such a pleasure and a change of pace, don't you all agree? And they're all kind of nodding. He sits himself next to the woman with the red scarf, and he says, "Oh, please, if you haven't met, this is Amelia Featherlax," and she kind of nods and smiles to all of you, as well as I saw you speaking with Bartholomew across the table from her. And sliding in at the end of the table next to Taggart is the woman with the dark hair and the kind of gray skin and the feather epaulets. Oh, and of course that's Dorinda Larathi. Don't mind her. She's always got that look on her face.
Definitely.
Yes.
Cool. So
and
I'm gonna be
Drinda-
watching her.
Dorinda just scowls even harder. Better this look than your brain, Madanani.
Oh.
And they all kind of, people like laugh a little bit, but like there's an awkward tension.
Yeah, I think very quietly, Christensen takes out his like notebook and writes something down, puts it back, and bites his lip.
Okay, so I think the butler, before like jokes get started, maybe another course is served and more wine is poured. What are we doing exactly?
Who are we?
So I think Jarrell would like to sit as close to Emilia Featherflax as possible, just sort of generally asking questions in a hushed tone while the entertainment's going off, getting to know her, commiserating for her loss and giving her my condolences, and as tactfully as possible seeing if there's any information she can garner from her.
Okay.
And drinking loads of wine, but not too much. But also, like I've got like it's not too bad. I drink rum on pirate ships, so like a bit of wine.
Right. And pirate rum is strong ass stuff.
Yeah.
So this wine's nothing in comparison.
Yeah.
Make a diplomacy check.
Of course. Diplomacy is over there, plus 10. Great. That is a 29. I love this game.
Holy crap.
Yes. Nice to meet you, Lady Hufferpot.
Yes.
Thank you for your condolences, Amelia says. I am trying not to think too hard about it, the traumatic way in which she lost her life. I was the one who found her, and that image, I think, will haunt me for the end of my days.
I'm terribly sorry, mon chéri. I have not died.
I'm changing the music up.
That's okay. Sorry, I thought my Zoom had just gone. I tend to take an interest in strange cases upon my travels. And this appears to be someone who is after people like us. And I just wanted to know if there was any information that you didn't share with the press. I love to solve a puzzle. If there's any way I can help bring you some peace, that would make me very happy.
She looks down the end of the table and she says, does this have anything to do with the detective you brought with you?
In the background, Bjorn is like eating some cake and staring at the wall blankly.
In a way, but not entirely.
I saw him yesterday skulking around the house looking for information. He's wearing some strange sort of disguise, but I recognize him immediately, Bjorn Van Christensen. I had some people look into him.
Mon chéri, if you could kindly keep that between us. Yes, you see, we are interested in unraveling this mystery and bringing some comfort to those who have suffered at the hands of this Harrow murderer, is it?
Taggart, you're also on this side of the table, just so we can pull you into this combo if necessary. Sorry.
No problem.
Yes. I assume you're after the reward. Who wouldn't be? Well, I don't know anything more than I've already told the city guard. Can you both make perception checks?
Tell me that
23?
you're lying without telling me you're lying.
Perception, you say?
Yes. That'll
Okay,
serve as
that
our insight or sense
plus-
motive.
Plus 10. So that's an 11.
Ooh.
I did a little better, 23.
Mm-hmm. I don't know anything more than I've already told the guard. Taggart, you instantly see her left eye maybe quiver a little bit, and the smile that she kind of gives is just too fake for that statement to be true.
Okay. I just sort of look around her I wait for her to turn her attention back to Jarrell, and then I just give a little shake of my head, no, I don't believe.
So that Jarrell sees it.
Mm-hmm.
Mon chéri, I think there might be wine jugs at the table. I reach over for a jug and delicately refill her glass with a bit of a flourish. And gently, with as much non-verbal contact, I'm going to place my hand on your wrist, say to her, Mon chéri, you can trust me. It seems that you are hiding something.
Well, my mother had many secrets, some of which I myself have only recently become aware of. She takes a big sip, kind of looks at the table and lowers her voice. My mother dealt in hidden information, secret information regarding notes, regarding secrets of the blood. It seemed she had been collecting information on various noble families here in Absalom, and well, I was furious when I found out that she had been extorting favors and money out of them by keeping this information secret.
Well, that is a motive if I ever heard one. Surely this means that a killer could be among us.
Yes, but unfortunately, she wasn't. Everyone else here does the exact same thing. Her voice gets a little bit more serious, and as she says that, you can see the innocent, naive little ingenue act she's putting on drops for a moment as her voice turns cold like steel.
Oh no!
Are you saying that others here were involved in that racket that your mother was pursuing?
She had specialized, but well, the things are loud enough and people are talking that it's very hard for people to kind of listen in on this conversation. Especially maybe Lem started playing the flute, so that's kind of covering it up a little bit. Her trade was specialized, but everyone here, I mean, that's how we found each other, snooping.
And what exactly does your mother specialize in? Pure secrets of the blood, yes, but what does that mean?
Specifically family bloodlines. She would focus on the houses and use the information she found to sow discord between them. But if you're looking into the Harrow killings, I must tell you something else. My mother and I teach Varisian magics at the College of Mystery, or I taught them with my mother. And it's clear to me through my study of the cards that every single murder or every single victim was probably corrupt in their own ways. The judge who was found, his card would dictate that he was taking bribes. The city guard who was found beaten, the card, the crows, would show that he had ties to the Thieves Guild. And learning this about my mother, well, it's clear she was using her magics for a corrupt reason as well.
I see.
I just wish she had told me. Imagine the power we could have gained working together, side by side.
Don't love that.
Yes. I'm sure she was merely trying to protect you, Mon Chéri.
Yes, well, now she's gone. And her responsibilities and duties at the college have fallen onto me. Something I've not been particularly interested in.
You will make fine work of it, though. Carve your own path, I am sure.
Thank you. It feels good to speak this out loud. My friends, and she looks over at Bartholomew, who's they're rigorously enjoying Lem's Zoot's flute music. And then she looks down the table towards Dorinda, who is looking straight back. And she smiles at her. My friends have been a well-needed comfort in this time.
It is good to have others who care about you, Mon Chéri. Thank you for your being so candid with me. I truly appreciate it. And hopefully it will aid us in finding whoever did this to your mother and putting a stop to this malarkey.
Yes, well, I hope that this is one secret Norgorber doesn't keep hidden.
Yes.
Taggart and Jarrell, please make religion checks at that. You are both aware that Norgorber is the neutral evil god of secrets and killing.
Okay.
One of the few humans to ascend to godhood here in Absalom.
It's a hefty 10.
Oh, religion. Oh, wow. That's bad. That's a 15.
I will also throw out everyone has pre-roll advantage. Unfortunately, that would have been needed to be used. I will also put out one thing I completely failed to mention: hero points. Hero points is a Pathfinder thing where every hour of game time roundabout, you gain a hero point which you can use to re-rolls. So at the moment, we've got 2 hero points apiece. If you'd like to use it, if not, no need.
I'm gonna say, I don't know. Do I want to know?
I'm gonna use mine.
Go for it.
Okay.
Do it. You won't.
That's a little better. 14, not as good as
14, 15. I'll take it. It's as people who've been in Absalom for some time, you know for a fact that Norgorber, this is one of the only cities in the world that allows the legal worship of him, being that he's kind of a god of assassins and secret keepers. But you also know that the city is rife with various Norgorber cults and secret societies.
What is my impression of Norgorber? I mean, do I allow that people can be, because he's an evil deity, right?
He is.
But I mean, is it necessarily true that anybody who worships him is inherently evil, or they can worship aspects of him without going all the way mustache twirling?
Yes and no. I mean, the killing part is definitely illegal here in Absalom. But you would know that anyone who does worship him keeps the fact that they worship him secret. Because Norgorber, there are several gods who have ascended to humanity, or several humans who have ascended to godhood through trials here in Absalom. There's a specific place where you can go and attempt the trial. And Norgorber is the only one out of 3 or 4, 3. Eridan? No, he didn't. He raised the Starstone out of 3.
Iomade, Norgorber, and Caden Kalen.
Thank you. Norgorber is the only one who we don't know anything about him and his life as a human. So that's the god of secrets and murder, essentially. Did that answer your question? I forgot what the question was. Okay. Yes.
So would there be, I mean, I'm guessing not God of Secrets, any outward sign that I could look for to confirm, like, I mean, I'm assuming at this point that, like, everybody here is probably worshiping Norgorber's secret society, seems like.
I think that's a safe bet.
Secret parties.
Yeah.
I feel like they probably
Full of killers.
like maybe
God,
they all have like a brooch or like an earring or something that looks just kind of like a black oval. That
We're
is
stumbled into a party held by the Church of Norgorber. Whoa, we are so dead.
Yeah. If we're going to score at home, that means anybody here could be a killer, so that's good.
It's fine. It's fine.
I'm a little stressed by that.
Yeah, Bjorn is off like in the corner, like, yes, great flute music. Meanwhile, you two are here being told, hey, by the way, this party, secret society meeting by the god of assassins and poison.
So
I immediately stopped drinking the wine.
So all of this like information is kind of passing, and the flute playing is starting to be punctuated by like jokes, and you're like, did you hear this? Did you hear this one? All right. What do you do when a wizard from the College of Mysteries casts Fireball? You turn up the AC.
I love it. It doesn't even work because it's a reflex save.
Okay, shut up! I'm doing my best.
Chris, may I request that you dock one of the hero points, please, from them?
Unacceptable.
Right.
I love that joke. That was
Puns are like hero point worthy in my games. Good puns. Which that was a great one, but no hero point. Anyway, actually, everyone take a third hero point.
Ooh.
As a scream is heard from downstairs, and the clattering of silverware upon the white stone tile floor.
Oh, can I like be down there so fast?
I'm just gonna
Yes, I think we should roll initiative.
Uh-oh.
Oh, whoa. Whoa, okay. Where does my initiative modifier live if I get one? How do I
This is interesting.
This is the question. And there is no initiative modifier in Pathfinder 2nd Edition.
Okay.
It's typically done with perception. However, being that we were in the middle of conversation, I would definitely allow deception, diplomacy, whichever skill you think might be best appropriate in this case.
Okay, cool. So I just roll a d20 and then add my deception modifier, let's say.
Yeah, if you can make the argument that was helping you be on the.
Oh, I see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
And go ahead if you will. Instead of rolling with the die, click on your token, and then there's a little initiative button in the top left, and that'll immediately put it on the initiative tracker.
Cool.
Oh, is that how it works? I've been playing on Roll20 for 4 years, and I've never figured out how it works.
This is the only macro I have, and it's the only one I ever really need, I feel like.
Where's my token? Okay, Roll20 confuses the hell out of me. Right, so where do I click?
Your token is right here next to the stairs.
There we go. I can see it now. Great. I should maybe make this a bit bigger. Okay, then I could see what's going on here. No, move out of the way. Okay. So you just really want me to choose violence today. Cool. And then what do I do?
Click the initiative button and enter in your deception modifier or whichever you're using. Taggart,
12.
what was your modifier?
10.
What were you rolling with?
Just perception.
Got it. And as well as Lem and Buren, please.
Initiative, and then I'm going to use performance as my initiative.
Yeah.
Nice.
Real nice.
Because I'm actively performing excellent jokes contrary to popular belief.
And Buren, what did you use for out of curiosity's sake?
I rolled perception because I had, as previously been said, been staring at the wall, but evidently I was able to stare kind of in a different direction when stuff started happening.
Nice. Okay, so that actually... Taggart jumps out of his seat, but Lem, you are first to act.
Oh, I love this. This is good music. Let's go.
Oh, Kevin MacLeod. This has all been Kevin MacLeod, by the way.
Kevin.
Nice.
Lem, what do you do for us? These red stairs are the ones that lead downstairs, FYI.
That teleports us over to this map, right?
Yes. Anne, Lem.
Oh God, it's me.
You're first.
Oh
Yeah.
no. Okay, so what can I see? I'm sorry.
You heard the scream downstairs and the clatter from of silverware falling and
Great.
Yeah.
I have 3 actions I can take on my turn.
Yes, thank you. I was about to say, Pathfinder, you've
I
got
learned
3
that.
actions.
That's all I know. roll whatever skill you want that's applicable for initiative and 3 actions in combat. That's all I've learned this week so far. But I'm sure I'll
Attack 3
learn a lot
times.
more.
You can just move 3 times, whatever you want. You can't cast more than spells take 2 actions. Keep that in mind. Or
Okay,
sometimes
so-
more, sometimes less.
I'm going to go ahead and cast invisibility on myself so that I can go down and check it out.
Nice.
Ooh.
Okay, how do you describe your spell, please?
Okay, so I wait for everybody's head to be turned towards the direction of the clatter, and then sort of in line with the music of the background, I just go "Diddle-diddle-doo," and then I just disappear in like a wave of invisible magique that consumes my form.
Nice.
And I begin making my way downtown, as they say.
Okay.
So let's see. What is my speed? 25 feet. And I can do that once because I've used 2 actions to cast a spell.
Precisely.
I did it. I'm a part of this. I know how to play Pathfinder 2nd Edition.
You're doing very well.
Don't.
You're doing great.
Bro! Okay. Sorry. Too excited. Okay. Here I go. These are the stairs that I'm trying to aim for.
These
right?
red stairs here. So 5,
Oops.
10 will pop
Okay.
you out here. Oop.
Oop.
Pop you out
But
on
on
this
the-
side. There you go.
Okay. So, okay, great. So I am there. What do I see?
So you see a completely pale, shirtless humanoid with this long, flowing black hair and these long claws, grabbing one of the butlers and draining the blood out of his neck.
Okay.
Looks like a vampire.
I pee a little, and that's the end of my turn.
Okay.
As a
Buren.
swift action, I guess.
Yes. A free action. Free action.
Free to pee.
Go for it.
Okay, Buren is also kind of like gasps, and being the melodramatic son of a gun that he is, he whips off his beagle puss as a free action, says, "Wait here, everyone!" And he dashes downstairs heroically, and he sees a vampire, and he's like, all right.
This butler turns. Do something, please, for the love of the gods, please.
Okay, vampire, cool. Well, it just so happens, my friend, that this is my specialty. And he conjures up a ball of light in his hand to cast Searing Light.
Nice.
So, Searing Light, I shoot a blazing ray of tinged light. Of a blazing ray of light, holy kill. I make a spell attack roll. And that is going to be, with a plus 11, that is going to be a 17 plus 11.
Oh.
That would be a 28 to hit.
28, that hits.
Okay, and Searing Light is, I'm sorry, Chris. This is going to be 10d6 damage.
Oh, okay.
Don't be sorry.
Don't be sorry.
Searing Light
This
is,
lovely creature was donated to us. And was not intended in the initial plan, but it's working perfectly in my plan for tonight.
Let me see. Do I have enough of these little guys? 1, 2. Yeah, I'll just re-roll a couple of times if I need.
Rip to that vampire. R.I.P. indeed.
Tree. That's a D12. These are all D12s. I'm just gonna roll it digitally.
Especially with 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
10 of them is gonna be a lot.
Get that damn.
Okay. So 10
holy
d6.
damage.
Yeah, because usually it's 5d6 fire damage, but because this guy's undead, it's gonna be an extra 5d6 good damage for a total of 10d6. That brings us up to 36 good damage right in this guy's face.
Okay. 36. Very nice.
And he pulls back and he's like, "Is it dead?"
It drops the butler on the floor, who like falls to the ground, blood still oozing out of his neck, and like the vampire turns its face to you, which is like horribly burned by the light. It is not dead, but it looks quite wounded, bloodied, even one might say.
He stops and he turns his. I changed my mind. Don't stop there. Come down here quite quickly.
There you go. You should be able to see its health bar now.
Woohoo! Okay.
Okay, cool.
That is my turn.
All right.
We have just received another pre-roll advantage.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And Derry, this one is for you.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. So everyone has one advantage pre-roll, and the Derry, you've got two, it sounds like. Great,
Okay.
great.
Thank you.
Taggart, you're next.
Thank you.
Okay, Taggart is going to move down and try to get down to that floor where that monster is. So let me see here. I've got 25 feet of movement, so I should be able to get like here, right?
Yes.
Perfect. And then seeing that it was a butler attack, he's just going to, as he uses his interact action to draw his weapons, which is rolling up his sleeves, he's just going to call back, and he's going to say, I don't think that our hero killer is after a butler. So I'm concerned that this may just be a distraction, and I'm going to use my last action to take a crack at this vampire with my fist.
Are your fists magical?
My fists are not magical.
Okay.
No. I have a potency and a striking hand wraps, but I don't think those count as magical.
Yeah, I
I
think
would
it
like
does.
to use it.
No, I'm
Does
pretty
it?
sure they do, yeah.
Mhm.
Perfect.
You punched the hell out of that vampire.
Yeah.
I don't actually, because I rolled a natural one, so I'm going to use a hero point.
Reroll. Reroll.
Thank you for them hero points.
Yes. Oh, that's much better. That's let's see. What's my bonus?
Second edition, natural ones are move the result down one level. Natural 20s move them up one level. Usually a crit. However, we can also crit without rolling a natural 20 in this game. You get 10 over its AC, crit.
Nice.
That second roll was much better. That's a 34 to hit.
That's a crit, my friend.
Yes! What poetic timing!
Ooh.
And here's another Pathfinder fact that I learned yesterday. If you crit in this game, you don't just double dice; you double the mod. The mod.
Yeah, I like to double the results since
Yeah.
crits happen so often in this game.
Right.
Okay.
That's cool.
So
This is
that
gonna be a
is 5 plus 4 would be 9 damage before the double. And then let me double check. I think that since I crit, something happens because I punched him.
Oh, yes, I know this one. That's a stun.
Yes. Perfect.
So that should be 18 total damage.
Nice.
And then a stun.
Yeah, I'm just gonna come out with a nice tight hook and just catch him in the jaw.
Well, okay.
Nice.
Spin him around. Spin him around a little.
It spins around, but I feel like vampires undead may not be maybe immune to this.
Possibly.
Let's find out.
PF2E undead stun. Quick Google undead traits. They are immune to it. That's first edition. Come on.
Can we punch this vampire in the head hard enough to make him go woo and like with birds flying around his head in circles?
Haha. 2E. Sorry. Looking at things. Actually, we're gonna call it stunned. Yeah, fine, stunned.
Woohoo!
So it loses its next round. Yeah,
I think it loses one action on its next turn.
one action. Okay,
Right.
Yeah.
easy peasy then. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Great, because it's its turn.
So it's going to go ahead and use. It's going to take some claw attacks at our friend Taggart here.
Seems fair.
Yeah, it's going to make some claw attacks. Plus 17 on this.
Oh no.
28, Taggart.
That'll hit.
That hits.
Yikes.
For 1d8 plus 8 slashing damage. 16 points of slashing damage. And then it's going to go ahead and try and grab you as a part of that action. So we're going to do opposing athletics checks, I think it is.
I think it would just be my fortitude DC, but I'm happy to roll an athletics
You're
check.
right.
I think it
You're
would be
right.
better.
You're right. Athletics versus your fortitude DC. Thank you. It's been a minute since I last played second edition.
You're all good.
22.
Yeah, I think that's gonna do it.
Okay, so it pulls you
21.
in, and it's got you grabbed, and it's making to try and bite at your neck. Luckily, it got that stun, so it does not fully get to do that.
Sweet.
Jarrell.
Yes. Upon hearing Taggart's astute warning, Jarrell is gonna move to about here, and like draw her cape, her dueling cape, which ups my AC a bit, and in one
Nice.
arm, wrap that around, and then draw her rapier and just hold the rest of her actions. Looking around to see if anything else kicks off, anybody starts casting any spells, anybody tries to start assassinating people, somebody drops poison, whatever.
Okay.
Yes.
Good idea. Good job on that. I will say that for sure. Because some figures start
Jeez.
making their way
Oh,
through the
jeez.
windows.
No,
of
No,
That's a lot.
we all left to go to the other room. Why?
That's
did
a
I do
lot of
this?
initiative rolls.
no.
I'm gonna move. Yeah, so there are two people in this room, and in the room where you are, two people jump through the window, surprised to see
No!
you there.
Unati, run!
Let me go ahead and reorder. Okay,
This
luckily,
is not great.
This is not good at all.
so they're luckily neither of them. You go before both of those black masked, black hooded figures that have
Okay.
come into that room. So we're back at round 2. Oh, that was 2 actions you used.
That was 2 actions that I used, yeah.
You have a third if you have something else you would like to do.
A third. Okay, so upon seeing them, all these people sort of come into the rooms. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use some movement. Is that allowed?
Yeah, go for it.
So I'm gonna do a backflip and spin in the air, landing over here like a cat. No. And kind of like wait to draw them out so that I know that I'm standing between the guests and then behind them coming on my other compatriots.
Okay.
They're bottlenecked in there.
Great. Okay, round 2, Lem.
Let me ask an important question. Because I don't know classes that well, and I feel like these guys at least know each other's strong suits and whatnot. Who would it be best to cast haste on and give an extra action? Would it be Wyatt or would it be Unati? Like between a swashbuckler
And an oracle.
Or are you a body or an oracle? Yeah.
Or the fighter.
Yeah, he's a.
it's
I'm the Oracle.
Yeah, you're.
Oh,
it's a-
excuse
it's a-
me. Sorry.
It's a
Sorry.
wash. I mean, we're both good frontline characters. We can both hold a line, and more actions are always
Yeah.
good for really anybody, honestly.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm less surrounded. Like, I can
Yeah.
always get out of the way, so I think it might be better to give it to Taggart.
Awesome. Thank you. Sorry, I know that's a little meta, but I don't know
Oh, no,
by all
how these
means.
classes function.
I think Lem. See, the thing
okay,
is, I think
so-
Lem would know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Lem would know. And my hunch was to cast it on the fighter. And okay, so this is what happens. So Lem kind of hears stuff kicking off he hears the meow from his friend upstairs, and he goes, "What? She's backflipping away from something. I just know it. She always does that." And so he goes, "Gah!" And he just throws his hands out, which I think breaks invisibility, right? Casting a spell.
I don't actually think
Does
so.
It's not an aggressive spell. Usually it's an aggressive action that breaks it.
What a time to be alive. He goes, ha! And you hear in your mind a run of jazz flute with Flight of the Bumblebee and the words Hachizity. And you feel just engulfed in the urge to gotta go fast. Haste has been cast upon you. And Lem is going to run back up the stairs to kind of keep an eye on both parties in between, which I know is going to be a little bit annoying to Mark here, but I guess if I were to stand here, I think I would still have line of sight on everybody.
Well, okay, so keep in mind there's a wall here. You've got these doors on either side that go into this hallway. I probably should have explained it a little bit harder
so
there.
I don't have... Okay.
No, but that's only a 5-foot step, by the way. That's only 5 feet that you've moved at this point.
Okay. Well, you know what? There's 2 of them down there, and that thing looks rough. So I'll come up here and peek around and see what's going on. And you hear from the shadows, psst, what? I don't see. Why'd you backflip? I heard you backflip.
Oh,
you did your catchphrase.
We are being ambushed. 2 assailants coming in from both sides in the rooms. I am holding a position here to keep the guests safe.
Ah, flute. And that's it.
All right, Buren.
All right, Buren says, "Do you know, Taggart, I think you've got a good handle of this, but I suppose hearing those noises upstairs, we better get up there in triple time. So if you don't mind, kill steal." And he's going to cast Disrupt Undead.
Nice.
I'm going to lance the target with energy. And this is going to be, I'm going to need a Fortitude save.
Fortitude save. Got it. Okay. Plus 11? 15. Not great.
Ooh, that's no good. That is going to be, okay, it's a fail, not a crit fail. I haven't played a level 5 person in quite a while. So that is going to be, we are able to cast up to level 3, and cantrips in Pathfinder 2e auto heighten to your highest level.
Right.
So
Nice.
would you look at that? That's going to be a juicy 3d6 damage.
Oh.
Very nice.
So let me roll that real fast. That is going to be 8 damage.
8
Could be better.
damage. 8 damage.
Damn.
All right.
Okay, and when this doesn't kill him, he's like, "Not a kill steal, but I'll let you handle it." And with that, he rushes back up the stairs.
Oh, God, another catchphrase. I know he's coming. Oh, Lord, he coming.
Ah. All right. Taggart.
He's particularly slow. He's only got to move to 20 feet. So
Taggart, you are currently grabbed by the vampire you're barely holding it off from biting into your neck.
Okay. I'm just going to shout up, "Be with you in just a moment, Mr. Van Buren." And I'm going to try to, since I'm just using my fist, can I punch him while I'm grabbed?
You should be able to. PF2E grabbed.
yeah, it's immobilized where you can't.
Right.
Yes.
I'm
So-
such a nerd. I'm
go.
sorry.
No, thank you. It's much
I
appreciated.
have
Yeah.
memorized these rules.
Yeah, you'd think I would. But all right, here we go. So that's going to be a... Where'd my offense go? That's going to be a 27 for me to hit.
That hits.
All right. And that's going to be 11 damage.
11 damage. As you punch
nice,
this
nice.
thing in the chin, it like gasps and hisses again, pulls back and poofs into mist, which
Perfect.
slowly begins flying out across the courtyard.
Is this butler dead?
He's dying.
Okay. I'm going to roll a medicine check. Okay. Taggart can't just leave him there.
He's a
Go
man
for
of
it.
honor.
But we'll
15
say
is what I'm aiming for, I think, just for the base level. I think I'm only trained, so I can only aim at 15.
15 to stabilize.
I was going to actually, I have battle medicine. I was going to actually give him the works.
Heal, patch wounds. Aha! I think 15 will do it again to treat wounds. Yes, it's usually 15. Go for it.
Okay, so 2d8 healing for that gent. So 10 healing.
Ah, very nice. As you, you're wrapping up his neck?
Yeah, I just sort of roughly very, like triage. I just wrap him up and I point to you want to put pressure on that, and then I'm going to.
Thank you.
And then I'm just going to stand and I just sort of roll my shoulders, and I'm going to use my monk dedication key rush ability, and in a blur of bluish, sort of shimmering, I'm going to move all the way up to here with one action, see that door is covered by limb, so I'm going to go through this door.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to see this trouble. I'm going to stop right there, leaving me one hasted action.
Oh my god.
Throw another punch.
Yes.
Nice.
Sweet dreams starts to play.
Fighter.
And I'm going to use my pre-reroll to roll twice on this.
Advantage.
Let's
Since I have a
go.
-4 penalty. So the
That's right.
first one is going to be 11. The next one is 15. So 15 plus 12 is a 27.
27
With my multiple
hits.
attack penalty.
Very
Awesome.
nice.
All right. And then just shout, what ho! I'm going to hit for
He's attacking.
9
Next
damage.
catchphrase.
9 damage.
Just come in with a straight punch right at this. What am I punching? What is this person?
So, unlike the other cloaked and masked figures that have entered this space, this feminine figure also has a cloak over. But as you punch, her face kind of like angles up towards the light, and you can see that she's wearing no mask and that her skin is see-through.
Don't love that.
Ooh.
Yes. Trying to keep it PG-13, so we're not going to go into too much
0
detail.
out of 10. Okay, don't like it.
But yes, her skin is see-through, so you can see below to the muscle and, well, mostly just bone. Her skull is like visible.
Ew, I
And she
love
kind of like
it.
reels back
Ew,
and
her
just
skull is like out.
not out,
Gross.
but there.
Yeah.
She's having hot skull summer.
I don't like it.
As she comes back down from the punch, she just grins at you.
It's worth noting that after using my key rush, I do have concealment until my next turn.
Whoa!
Oh,
So you're
nice.
blurry. Very
Yeah.
nice.
Holy crap.
Very nice.
Pretty cool.
What a
Okay.
turn. Oh god, the whole initiative counters is full of people. Oh god. Oh no.
Full of them.
Oh,
We've got
no,
this
no.
cultist back here who, unfortunately, the doorway is kind of blocked. I think he's just gonna take a 5-foot step up to this spot, pull out a dagger, and not only do you have concealment, but you've also got like soft cover because it's moving through, more like light cover, since it's moving through the door frame to try and get at you.
Cool.
So
Love
we're
it.
gonna add +2 to your AC on top of that concealment. This isn't gonna go well. I'm just gonna take 2 stabs. Take a stab at it.
Woohoo.
21
Miss.
miss
Woohoo.
and natural 1. The second stab just goes straight into the wooden door frame, and he takes it back out.
I'm so much lighter on my feet with this haste, you know?
But it is the woman's turn, the invisible-skinned woman's turn. And she has in her hands this vicious-looking lash.
Of course she does, yeah.
Why wouldn't she?
And I'm going to go ahead and start with a lash attack against our Taggart. Remind me what concealment does?
After rolling or before rolling, I don't really think it matters. It's a flat D20 check aiming at a 5 or better.
Okay, so that's a 29 to hit.
It's gonna hit.
But a 2 is a miss.
Oh!
Right.
Yeah! Can I get a pog in chat, everybody?
Damn. Okay, so she's going to go ahead and make a second attack at +13. 28, that will hit.
Yeah,
But you still have concealment.
Mm-hmm.
10.
Ooh,
That'll hit. The lash hits for some damage. 2d8 plus 7. 16 points of damage.
I don't like it.
And she's gonna go ahead and get a free grab with that. Yes, as the lash attempts to wrap itself around you. What's your fortitude DC?
That's a 21.
23.
Oh.
So with her third action, as the lash is kind of wrapped around the arm that just punched her, she grabs the handle. Oh no, I can't do that. I can't do that. Great. That's specifically, but I will do a constrict action. DC 25. Hold on. What is the constrict action? Make up a fortitude save, please.
It's fine.
Rolled a 2. So that's a
fine.
13.
Use a reroll.
Yeah, I'm going to use my
Defenses
last.
up.
I'm going to use my last hero point. Yes.
Yeah, that's a good idea because that would have been a crit fail.
That's a natural 20. So.
Yes.
Great. I think you
31?
ignore the 11 points of damage that were coming your way.
He cannot be contained.
She tugs on the lash, and you can feel the barbs like cutting through or attempting to cut through your arm, but
I just
your
said, "No,
arms have
thank you."
yeah, exactly. Jarrell.
Yes. Okay, cool. You're gonna let me know whether this is nonsensicalities or not. But what I want to do is I want to run up like the banisters of the stairs, like all light of foot. I want to do a backflip. Is there like a hanging chandelier or light on the ceiling?
Absolutely.
I want to jump up, going for some panache, and jump and swing on the chandelier and take aim with one of my daggers and throw it at the weird woman who's attacking Targard.
Go for it.
And swing that way. So what do I roll?
I think start with what, an athletics check?
Okay, cool. An athletics check. So I'm going to give you that. Great.
What are the rules for daring do this panache?
This panache. So this is what this says. I can enter a state of flair by performing stylish actions in combat. I gain panache whenever I successfully create a diversion. I'm trying to create a diversion
Definitely.
at the GM's discretion. I gain panache for succeeding at a check to perform some other suitably daring action, such as swinging on a chandelier or sliding down a drapery. If I get a high enough result, usually equal to the very hard DC for your level, which is 25. While I have panache, I gain plus 10 foot status bonus to my speeds and gain plus 1 circumstance bonus to checks to create a diversion. The precise strike class features also cause you to deal extra precision damage while you have panache.
Okay,
And then I can
okay,
also use
great.
powerful finisher actions while I have panache.
So DC athletics check 25.
Sure. Like, come on, my athletics is plus 10. Yeah. No, plus 9. Oh, yes. Plus 9. I'm bad at math. 26.
Oh,
Nice one.
yes.
Woohoo!
Let's
All
go,
right.
Unati.
Flare away.
Cool, awesome. So I'm trying to like distract this woman and hit her with my dagger in her back, which is a ranged dagger attack, which is plus 13. It's 1d4 plus 2 piercing damage. I'm not trying to kill her. I'm just trying to distract her.
Okay.
Cool. And then again, plus 10. Okay, cool. So I'm going to go with the 1d4. That's a 2 plus 3. That's 5. Do I have
start with the attack roll?
Oh, the attack roll. Okay, cool. So what do I roll in the attack roll?
1d20 plus the attack bonus for dagger. 13.
Well, dagger's
was it?
13. Sorry, my bad. I didn't do that. Sorry.
No worries.
First that. So that is 10 plus 2, 13. That's a 23. Then to hit, 23 to hit.
23. Unfortunately, it bounces off of
Hero
the black
point.
armor.
Hero point.
Reroll. Go for it. And don't forget, you've got an advantage as well if you'd like to use it.
Oh yes, advantage. I'm going to use it.
Back up.
Oh yes. So that now is 29 plus 3, 32.
32 hits.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Cool. Then
Not
I'm
quite
gonna
a crit.
roll pardon?
Not quite a crit.
Yeah, okay, cool. Then I've rolled the damage, which is still a 2 plus 3, that's 5. Great. So that's my panache that I'm gonna use for now. Then how many actions do I have left?
1.
I'm gonna hold and see what happens. Like, can I hold mid swing, or do I have to like dismount the chandelier?
You can hold on to the chandelier, but you won't be able to save the third action.
Okay, cool. So what I'm gonna do is then I'm just gonna dismount from the chandelier. Is that movement?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Well, then I'm done.
Okay. Cool. So maybe you're like right there, just a little 5-foot step.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. That leaves the cultists that were in the room that you just left. They're going to move 5, 10, 15. They see you, but instead they're moving towards the target. 20.
Oh.
Now here's the question.
Oh no.
I've got 5 feet of movement left, and there's an invisible halfling in my way.
Oh no!
Yeah.
So I think it goes to move and just bounces off of it.
Yeah.
Like you can see in the figure's eyes, like some sort of awareness, and they take their dagger and just swing wildly at the space.
Okay.
Invisibility will give you concealment.
Concealment.
Yeah.
And let's hope that just, works for me.
Yeah.
Worked last time for Taggart.
Yeah.
It did. So just a DC.
Concealment twins.
Well, even on a 9, that's not gonna hit. It just swings wildly.
What's your AC, Lam?
What's in an AC? One second.
It should
Let me scroll
be
up. I was reading my spells.
23.
Then you know what that is.
That's a critical
10
failure.
Below.
Yeah. Suck it.
Are there crit fails on attack rolls?
For some
depends on what rules you're using.
Honestly, I say so. And I'm a force of personality, so
I do have some crit fail cards if you would like me to randomly draw a critical failure effect for you.
I think we're okay on that.
I could fail on my own. Thank you.
I'll just go ahead and make a -1 second attack.
Yeah.
Another 9.
Yeah. Oh God, I'm in danger.
The second one runs out 5, 10, sees the friend waving at nothing, shakes its head and moves here, and is gonna do some dagger strikes on Jarrell. That shouldn't have been a +7 before. That should have been a +3, which would have been even lower, I think. But whatever. Natural 1. What?
Oh baby!
Woo!
These guys are not very good assassins.
They aren't. Second strike, another 9. These are not the cream of the crop. Lem, back to you. This is round 3 or 4 at this point, and the gathered party guests are starting to freak out a little bit.
Yeah.
And they're like moving around, trying to like get to spots where they can like hide.
Sure. So in the chaos, Lem steals himself. He looks out at Taggart, who is doing God's work. And Taggart, you hear in your mind the rise of Jazz Flute, followed by Taggart's a fighter. He's not gonna give up. He's a survivor. Gonna keep fighting. And you are soothed for 14 hit points.
Nice.
So much.
I'm still invisible because that was not aggressive.
Woohoo!
I'm just still scared.
Okay, cool.
So that's 2 of my actions. Can I take a 5-foot guarded step backwards?
Yes.
Wait, but if I do that, they could get through the door potentially. So it's actually better that I stand here. Because which one is the stupid one? Is it this one with his arms out?
Yeah, it is.
Idiot.
That would be.
Okay, yeah, I'll stay here.
Douglas.
And be like, yeah, I'll stay here.
Okay. All right, Buren.
All right.
In the no zone.
Bjorn so can Bjorn see this cultist over here?
The top one,
Okay.
there's a wall in between you and the rest of them. But you
Okay,
can see
that's
the one
good. That's enough.
Mhm.
I think Bjorn grins when he sees the assailant and says, I told you all that augury always works. And he says, now if you don't mind, spirits, I invite you to take control. And he is going to really go hog wild here. He is going to make a recall knowledge action to try figure out what he can about cultists in Norgorber. Specifically to see, should I be worried about these ones with poison? Because these guys look like they might have poison. They've got the hoods, they've got daggers. These guys, they just scream, hey, we prepare, you know?
Universal sign of poison, yeah.
Go for it.
However, this isn't going to be a regular recall knowledge check. His eyes are going to start glowing white as he uses scholarly recollection as a reaction and activates the first part of his curse. He's an oracle, so basically when he uses this, he is going to start inviting both blessings and curses upon himself. So the blessing of scholarly knowledge is just going to be a straight up nerf to me with the first level of curse, but we'll get to that in a second. So scholarly recollection, I am going to roll basically with advantage on this particular guy without using my advantage thing.
Okay.
So that is going to be a... what would I roll against this guy?
Religion.
Religion, nice. Okay, I'm good at that. It's a good thing I got advantage. that was a 2. I don't think being good at religion would have helped. Let me see. Religion. And that is a 15 plus 10. That is a 25.
Okay, cool. Yes, higher ranking members of the cult definitely would use poison, but Norgorber cultists use poison in a manner much more subtle than this. If you were being poisoned, you would have no idea who did it. Okay. You get the feeling and the vibe off of these cultists, and they're kind of not very, they're not wearing any kind of regalia they just barely seem like Norgorber cultists at the most. But these are the rank and file of the various secret societies, and that these cultists specifically when they are damaged, when they take damage, they fly into murderous frenzies.
I don't like that.
Okay,
Don't like that at all.
So they gain bonuses to attack and damage, take penalty to AC. They can't voluntarily stop these frenzies because they believe that the spirit of Norgorber fills them.
The spirit of murder compels them.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, great. Cool.
That is so cool. Oh God.
Is it?
Okay. It's
for
cool
us.
in the way that like watching a crocodile eating a gazelle in a documentary is cool.
Yeah, you're like, wow, for science. Yeah.
I think then that's only one action. With his second action, he is going to advance the affliction that is now on him because his eyes are glowing white, and he is activated because he is the lore oracle, the curse of torrential knowledge. You have a link to true divine knowledge, but your mortal mind struggles to process and act on what you saw. Loose materials around you, such as dust, grains of rice, and drops of water, slowly shift to form strange runes of faint, indecipherable writing, and you sometimes speak unintelligible truths or statements in unknown languages without realizing it. And with the minor curse, which is what I've just activated by using a curse-bound focus spell, which was my scholarly recollection, I now have -4 to initiative, which...
Ooh, does that change
Well,
things?
no. I think I'll leave it up to you, Chris. Should that drop me down the order for the next turn?
How long would it normally last?
This would last all day.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, if you were to... Oh, I see. Oh, that's an interesting mechanic.
We're going to put you at 23.
And I'm about to make it worse.
Yeah.
Great.
My-
Okay.
With
I'm
my
gonna move you
second action,
down.
unless you'd like to drop me down now and I come back to it later.
Yeah, I'm gonna move you down now. And we'll skip you as we move forward.
Okay.
That's fine.
So
Great.
he
Love a
does
cursed
this.
existence.
He does this, and he's like, ha ha, oh. And like you hear like from his mouth, he starts like speaking in like weird words, like giveaway keyword could have been augury, wheel and woe, great 2E podcast. Listen, ooh, intrigue, it's really freaking cool. And you're like, what the heck is he talking about?
That holy download is happening. Taggart, you're up.
Okay, so I'm still wrapped up in this
The
whip,
lash.
is that correct? Okay.
Yes.
But I can still punch, we've established that. So
You can.
So I'm going to begin by just lowering my voice a little bit and say, I'm going to need you to unhand me immediately as I attempt a demoralize check on her.
Oh, versus
Ooh.
my will DC.
Yes. Oh, that's not bad. That's a 16 plus skills. So that's a 27.
27. That's a success.
All right. Okay. So she's going to take -1 to pretty much everything because she is demoralized.
For the next
and
round.
now- yes, and it'll always drop.
Got
Okay.
it.
So then I'm going to spend my last 3 actions just swinging for the fences.
Well, that was a free action.
It's 1 action, but I'm
You're
still hasty.
hasted.
I'm very fast.
Good show. Yeah, good show. Good show.
So the first one is going to be a 24 to hit.
Oh, nice.
24. Hold on. So many tabs. 24 hits.
Awesome. Okay. It's going to be for 11 bludgeoning.
11. Okay. A
And then I'm
lemon.
going to follow up with the left. Okay, that's going to be. That's a 24 again.
That hits.
Actually. Okay. For 9 damage, and then this one's at a -8. So I don't think 17 is going to hit.
But 2 punches while your hand is like being like held by this whip. Cool. She gets hit and is starting to look a little concerned. Like, you're grabbed. This shouldn't be happening.
What happened?
I'm rooting, we have to go with the plan.
The cultist next to her is like, what is happening right next to me? Is going to try and move around. It spots the door to the north. Oh,
As it's stepping away.
go for it. Take it.
Yeah. Okay.
In Pathfinder 2nd Edition, fighters are one of the few classes that at first level get the ability to make opportunity attacks. It's turned fighters into a very different, not very different kind of class, but it gives them something that it's awesome. Tactics, strategy.
The fighter does 2 things well: battlefield control and crits for days.
Yes.
In fact, that's a 34. So I think it means,
That's a crit.
yeah.
The poetic timing again.
Excellent.
That's 8 damage before the double.
So 16. You bonk this guy in the back of the head,
And he is stunned.
and it hurts. It's just, he grabs the back of his head and continues limping. 5, 10, 15, opens the door. That's his turn. All right. Skipping Buren, we're back to the Lash Striker. She's like, what is happening? And what she's going to do is, while you're grabbed, hold on, does grab give you, I think she needs to maintain the grab? You're flat-footed and immobilized, so you've got lower AC. Okay. So first off, we're gonna try and maintain the grab. Oh yes. Okay, so I'm rolling athletics, which is so many tabs. There we go. Versus 21. That's a 36.
Yeah. Is that to my fortitude?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a critical success.
Okay.
Don't like that.
I think she like grabs the lash and like literally wraps it around your second arm, trying to like lock your arms
Not what
into
you
place. Now I can go ahead and use my wicked bite action, and she can do it instead of through her jaw, through the lash, because she's got this special combination with it. She holds the lash, and like you see negative energy pulse out of her hands and into the lash. I need you to roll a fortitude save, please. Oh, that was a crit.
Yeah, it's not good. My fortitude save is a 19.
19, that's not enough. Your life energy seeps into the lash and into her. You take the status drained 1, and she's going to regain some hit points.
I'm going to lose some.
Yes, 10 hit points. Oh, no, drained, because drained 1, and then she regains 10 hit points. So you lose some for being drained, which... yeah, lowers your health. And then because it was a crit, the second effect also happens. You become enfeebled 1.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, enfeebled 1. Not good.
No, it's
That does not sound good.
That was 2 actions. So she's gonna constrict for the third. Make it another fortitude save, please.
Jeez Louise. How many soothes must your bard friend cast
At least
before you're saved from death?
it's a 23 for my fortitude save.
23. Even with the demoralized, that's still a fail. So she's gonna do 1 less damage than she would normally do. So 9 points of damage on this constrict. She's hardcore, and we go on to Jarrell.
Okay, cool. Do I still have panache?
I think so.
Okay. Well, if I still have panache, then what I would like to do is I would like to attack this dude over here. This one directly in front of me, this cultist. And I would like to perform a finisher. And I will do it in this way. I would like to jump up onto the wall and push myself out, like doing a beautiful like swan dive in the air as I bring my rapier down on his head.
Okay. How many actions is the finisher?
I'll tell you now. One sec. I think it's just 1.
Okay.
Yeah, finisher is just something you add on to a regular attack for free.
Attack. Yeah. It's just the 1.
Okay.
Cool. So first let me roll the attack, which is plus 14 on my rapier. That is a nat 20, so that's a 34.
Critical hit.
Woohoo! So then I have to roll 2d6 plus 3, which is 4d6 plus 3 now, right?
We'll roll it regular and double the result.
Okay, cool. That is 5 plus 3, which is 8. So that's 16.
16.
16. And then I add something else with the finisher. If your finisher, you can choose to apply the failure and you can use you lose panache. I don't know what that means. Never mind.
Precision damage?
Okay. Yeah, it's like sneak attack damage, basically.
Yes.
So what do I add on then?
You're level 5.
3d6.
3d6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Because it's a part of a finisher. Dang.
And I rolled really well.
Nice.
16.
Describe your kill or KO, however you want to do it.
So
Let's go.
I like bounce up onto the wall, out into a swan dive, and I kind of spin like a corkscrew in the air as I come down on his head and cleave him in twain.
Nice.
Yes.
Falls to the
And
ground.
then clean my blade.
I think you have 2 actions left.
I have 2 actions left. This lady is pissing. I've lost panache though, because of that. This lady over here is pissing me off. I'm gonna try regain panache. Tell me if I can do this. I want to like jump up off onto Tagot's shoulders, and then bring my rapier down onto the lady's throat.
You're jumping on top of him?
Yeah, like I'm gonna use him like as like a little mini trampoline. I just want to go ping and then.
Let's go with an acrobatics check then.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
DC 25. I think it was to gain the panache.
Sure. DC 25 to gain the panache. Acrobatics, that's good because that's plus 14. Come on, baby. 19 plus 14 is 29, 33.
That hits for sure.
So I gained the panache. Great. So I'd like to, because I've got panache, I want to make this attack like a finisher as well.
Awesome.
Is that possible?
Because we were talking earlier that you can't actually do attacks after a finisher.
Oh, you can't do attacks after a finisher.
But
so yeah?
I was gonna say we'll ignore it for this round, but for the next round we'll leave the finishers for the last attack.
Okay, cool, awesome. That's what I'll do. Thank you very much for being so kind to me.
Benevolent.
Hey, it's a streamed one shot for a charity,
Sweet.
y'all.
Cool.
Sweet soft
plus
GM.
14, 10, 25. That is 29 to hit.
29 hits.
Great. And then so that's 2d6 plus 3. So that is that's 9 plus 3 is 12 points of damage plus the 3d6. 1 sec.
No, that's with the finisher.
That's with the finisher. Okay, cool. Well, that's then 12 points of damage.
Okay, nice. Yeah. You bounce off of Taggart and slice her neck ever so thinly with the rapier.
Yeah. Phew.
Right.
Yeah, and then I'm done.
Okay, cool. We've got this cultist here who's like, what is this invisible thing in front of me? And I guess we're just gonna keep stabbing at Lem. Don't know how else to deal with this. You know what? No, I do know how else we're going to deal with this. It just goes and tries to tackle Lem or whatever is there. So it's going to the cultist is going to make a athletics check.
I don't love it.
This is versus your fortitude DC. So 10 plus your fortitude bonus.
Okay. I'm scrolling up from all of my deeply thought out plans. My fortitude bonus. Oh man, where would I find that? I'm so sorry.
It'd be in your defenses.
In my defenses, of course it would be.
Okay.
Aha! Okay, 19.
19. I got rolled an 18.
Yeah!
Nice.
So it's like it tries to grab you, and it's like kind of just it like feels you, but then grabs at thin air and is like, "What is happening?" Yeah. And instead,
can't touch this.
it's gonna try and make an acrobatics check to get past you.
Okay.
I don't actually know how this works. Acrobatics to tumble through a space. Yes, maybe.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, tumble through would be an acrobatics check to get through the space in front of you.
Okay. So we're gonna try and do that because it needs to get past you. 13. No. Right, the flat check versus invisible opponents. It wouldn't have even mattered there. This cultist is gone. Lem, back to you.
Okay, so there's a lot that's happening, but I'm gonna do the most bard thing I've done yet and use a composition spell.
Nice.
I will do lingering composition. You all hear Kora Ramada. Jazz flute happening just to like amp it up. And I'm gonna cast well first let's see, so it says if your next action is to cast a composition cantrip, which it is, such as inspire courage, attempt a performance check. The DC is a standard difficulty level
25, I think it might be.
It'll be 5 lower than that because that's a very hard. So it'd be just 20.
Cool.
20. Okay, so this plus 13.
I miss my bar.
Natural 20!
Aha!
Let's go!
Me out here. Okay, so that's a critical success, I'm guessing.
Uh-huh.
Because that's 33.
Yep.
So the composition lasts 4 rounds, so you get the full song, not cut down for time. And the result of which is, I will tell you, inspire courage. All allies in a 60-foot emanation are granted a +1 status bonus to attack rolls, damage rolls, and saves against effects. Now, is that one of the cantrips that's cast up? Is there a cast up version of it?
There is no cast up version. So it will just but like that is a huge bonus. Like a +1 is basically an extra 10%, and you don't have to like refresh that every turn like you normally
I'm just here.
Makes a huge
you're
difference.
Welcome. And I'm still invisible.
Thank you.
So I can keep guarding the door.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. I'm a pacifist.
All right. Taggart,
I'm just
that
here to
brings us
party.
to you. You are
Breakfast.
grabbed, enfeebled, drained.
Having a good time. So
Someone help this man.
yeah, so I'm going to try to help myself. I'm going to try to escape, which is where I can use my unarmed attack against the DC, either the thievery DC if I'm tied up, or the fortitude DC if I'm grabbed. I'm not sure, or maybe athletics DC.
Yeah,
I'm
we'll
not
call
sure
the
which would
athletics
qualify
DC because that's what she's been using.
Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna basically just try to force my way out.
Okay.
So with my -1, that's still going to be a 30.
30. Yeah, that's a success. You needed a 27.
Whew, okay.
God.
So I'm free, and I remove the grabbed, immobilized, and restrained conditions imposed by the chosen target. That does count towards my multiple attack penalty, however. But I am going to just sort of retreat out slightly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to spend an interact action pulling out a alchemist's fire.
Nice. Love that.
And then I'm going to try to throw that alchemist's fire with the multiple attack.
Oh my goodness.
Don't forget your +1.
Firebomb.
Countered by my enfeebled, unfortunately, but it's still a pretty good roll. It's a 29.
That hits.
Awesome. Okay, so
And would this catch the other dude in the splash range?
yes, I do believe it will.
Most deaf.
Kaboom!
All right, so that is going to be 2d8.
The lounge. The boudoir.
It's fine. They weren't using it.
So that's
Yeah.
13 fire damage, plus 2 splash damage to the adjacent target. And she, my primary target, is now taking 2 persistent fire damage.
No.
Oh, she's on fire.
Let's not use orange or red. Let's use orange. Yeah, there we go.
Then,
Damn.
so I used 1 to escape. I used 1 to pull out my alchemist fire. I used my hasted action as an attack to throw the alchemist fire. Now I'm going to use my third attack to battle medicine myself.
Good idea.
Woohoo!
That's a 16 plus 9, I think. So yeah, that should be a success. Not a critical success though. So I'll gain 6 health back.
Okay.
As you just see, as I said back, I'm just wrapping up my arms.
God, I love fighters.
Woohoo!
This cultist with the 2 hit points left is holding its head. Just got burned with fire, and it says, "I'm sorry, mistress." And then 5, 10, 15 jumps out the window and is trying to get out of town.
Takes fall damage and dies. It's fine.
The ladder! Ah!
Bjorn.
Okay, all right, it is Bjorn von Christensen's turn. And he's still kind of like reeling a little bit, like his eyes glowing with light. And he finally snaps back to, and he's like, and you thought I was done? No, sir! And he points at our friend, the door cultist, and he says, "Give me your memories!" And Sleesus Watcher style, eyes, like glowing eyes, pop up all over his face. And he's going to cast Brain Drain. So here we go. Brain Drain is another one of my curse bound things, so it's going to advance my curse when it's done. But for 2 actions, I am going to probe the target's mind to glean knowledge. I need you to make me a will save.
Okay, slash. There we go. Roll 20. 20 plus 4. Natural 20. 24.
Nothing happens.
Do you still have... No, we just have advantages, not on actual... Do you have hero points? No, but you can't use hero points on other people. Got it. Okay.
So, well, at the very least, he tries and then nothing happens. Like, well, and he pulls his hand away. However, his eyes do stay up, and he has advanced the curse of torrential knowledge, which is to say, now those eyes are glowing and they're like looking around at everything in the room. And you can kind of hear whispers from them, like saying further things like, type donate in Twitch chat to support suicide prevention and awareness. Giveaway sponsored by, and like, you know, just like a flurry of like weird senseless things which surely don't make any sense. However, what this means is that the flow of information through your mind grows. My initiative penalty is still at -4, but now the attention that I divert to this process of huge influx of information through me means that I'm always going to be flat-footed. So my AC is going to be dropped by 2. However, at the start of each of my turns, I automatically make a recall knowledge check as a free action.
That's so cool.
So basically, every turn, I will continue to gain more and more knowledge from everything that's around me, which may help turn the tides of battle.
Okay.
Yeah, hopefully.
Well, after that fantastic song from Lem, the invisible skin woman is now on fire, and she shouts out, "The idiot is too well guarded. Retreat!"
This skull is on fire. This skull is on fire.
And she's going to make her jump out the window and retreat. Jarrell. There's one cultist left here, and he's like, "Oh shit, I'm alone."
So Jarrell is gonna like bounce off of the ceiling again, doing another flip, and then this time do a little like jazz salsa move towards him, and like just plunge my freaking rapier into his chest. I'm hoping to try and get panache with my jumping up the wall.
Make acrobatics, DC 25, see if we get that panache.
Awesome, because then I can use a finisher and see what happens with that. Sorry, I forgot my strength. Acrobatics, sorry. Cool, plus 14. That is a 27.
That passes.
Did you add your +1?
Oh yes, +1, 28.
Yeah.
That's just for the acrobatics.
Yeah, for the acrobatics.
Right. So yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
That's you've got your panache.
I have my panache. So now I want to come at him with a finisher. So let me roll for the attack.
Finish him.
Don't forget, when you do the finisher, that's the last attack you can do.
That's the last attack that I can do. So maybe I should first come at him with just a normal attack.
Taggart is going to shout out something, and he's like, "Restrain him, please! Catch him! Hold him down!"
Oh, okay.
You can always. I like to have it so in my games where you can always make your attack non-lethal at the end. Just makes things easier, and it helps to make the game less gory overall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna be going for some.
Bonk him with your sword.
Oh wait! I have rope. So like I'm gonna launch myself. Okay, first of all, I'm gonna do a finisher attack, like and get right up close on him so that I can weaken him because he's got full. I mean, I don't know that, but he hasn't been hit yet. So I'm gonna weaken him first. So let me roll for the attack.
And with the 3d6, it's very possible that it could finish him.
Okay, let's see. So I'm gonna go with So what do I do again for my attack? It's plus 14 for that. Great. That is 15 plus 14, 10, 25, 29 to hit.
29 is a critical hit.
Oh, Lord.
And then add 1 to your damage, too.
Okay, cool. So this is non-lethal. This is like to subdue him.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna do.
But feel free to re-roll it if it's not enough, because we got.
Okay, cool.
So
So first 2, that's a 5 plus 3. That's 8 times 2, 16. Then 3d6 for the finisher. That is 6, 10. 26 points of damage total.
He only has 20 HP.
That was non-lethal.
It is non-lethal. Describe your takedown.
So I kind of come at him with my rapier, and I go and pierce him in multiple places. So he begins to bleed out slowly but quickly as well. And then with my last action, I'm just going to grab my rope and I'm going to wrap it around him, tying him with his arms around his waist and subduing him.
Nice. Nice. And as we tie him up and come out of initiative,
Okay.
The atmosphere of the party gets a little bit less heated.
I should hope so.
Super chill.
Yeah. So I pop out of invisibility as he's restrained, and I go, "Where were you on the night of tonight? Where we? Is this? I don't think I was cut out for this."
Bjorn kind of like, he's extremely jolty right now. He's still covered in like glowing eyes as he kind of like zombie walks over and says, I'm going to need 10 minutes. Hosted on Heartsinger Games Twitch channel, Jasper's Game Week Day 2. 10 minutes with this man to allow me to refocus so I can use my brain drain again and we can get some answers.
Let's fast forward a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Bjorn, you grab onto his head once you've kind of calmed down and begin downloading the information. I think in the same way we've seen, I would imagine Bjorn just starts like rattling off, like speaking out loud the information that's kind of downloading into him. And you can hear the woman's voice come out of your mouth at points where she says,
shocking sensation.
The other members of the cult, they have been taking advantage of Norgorber's gifts. We must teach them a lesson. The god of murder and secrets is not to be used for one's own personal gain. The corruption will cease.
What's more selfish than murder, though? It's kind of like, taking a lot of agency away from the life of an. I mean, there's just a lot of holes here.
I think trying to reason with cultists is a fool's errand, Lem.
Yeah.
You know what? You're right. And my mother always used to tell me, you can't convince everybody.
Wise.
This is right there.
Yeah. Happy Mother's Day.
I think Douglas and Amelia approach you all, and Douglas is like, "Oh, how! Thank you for saving my life. Thank you. I don't know exactly quite what to do." And Amelia says, "Douglas, maybe we should hold off on the thanks. These people know a bit more than they should." Right, Douglas says. What's the reward the guard's offering? Whatever, I'll double it.
If you triple it, I shall swear my silence.
And if you hire my band for all future cult meetings, I can provide ambiance for your intrigue.
And if
I
you
slip him my card.
And if you donate $100, you can add a CR5 creature to the final encounter.
Well, we can work out some arrangement. Yes, I think this is the beginning of a lovely relationship, Douglas says. And
most excellent.
nice. And the credits begin to roll as our crew ends the mission for tonight.
It turns out loyalty can be bought.
And crime
Good night, everybody.
does
No.
pay.
Awesome. That's so fun. Thank you, Chris.
wow.
Yes, thank you
for
so
an
much.
awesome game.
That
Thank
was
you guys for
so
being
much
so
fun. Thank you.
entertaining.
That was such a good
Yay.
time.
It was
So
great.
fun playing with all of you.
Yeah.
Guys, we have another game coming right up in about half an hour. So we're gonna wrap things up here. There'll be some slides showing you who's next in the lineup, other people you can enjoy throughout the weekend. Thank you so much to everyone who donated. We are now, I'm just like, where's my tab? We are now $30 away from having raised $2,500
Nice.
for suicide awareness and prevention vis-a-vis Jasper's Game Day. So honored to be a part of this, and so grateful to have this great cast here giving their time and energy to such an incredible cause. We'll see you again very soon. Stay in chat, hang out, and may the force be with you. I don't know.
And with your spirit.
Yeah, and also with you. Okay, guys, see you soon. Bye.
Bye.